Gonna give it to you!
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Seraphim X Games. I am here
Hello.
today with Borg. Hi,
Yo,
Borg.
what's going on? A
That's awesome.
huge raid, by the way, from Vaudable. Just gotta point that out real quick. Shouts out to
Oh, yo.
Vaudable and the whole NASA crew. And I hope you guys enjoy some fun little community games here. And Lego can explain what's going on.
Yeah, thanks so much for the raid. Wow, holy crap. But yeah, today we're running the Seraphim X Games, a little bit of an unusual tournament here. The way we were set this up was we have 6 team captains, Seraphim members, who had 1 month to assemble and train up a 3-man Omega Strikers team of players that had to have peaked at high gold. Most of them, people coming in here, are totally new to the game entirely. So we have pit them all together in a round robin style tournament to see how that month of coaching has paid off and to see who's going to come out on top in this best of record series. So the rules are pretty simple. There's no bans. And we're going to be jumping into our first game pretty quickly here. We have a Cloak Oaks team versus I'm a Scoliosis' team. That's Okie Dokie versus Spellcasters, the team names. I'll just run through the list real quick. We have Help, 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 run by Master X Malachi. Competitive Throwing by The Log. Strikes for Jesus with Psykeen at the helm. The Mexicutioners led by Mexi Casual. Spellcasters by I'm a Scoliosis. And Okie Dokie by Cloak Oak. And looks like we're loading in right now.
Ooh, first game Inkies. Okay, it wouldn't be a scuffed tourney if it wasn't for the most scuffed map we got in the pool, baby. And we're spectating. We got Cloak Oak Anime Gamer on the Zentaro. Okay, and I think what I remember you telling me earlier, Anime Gamer's actually uses strike indicators and is playing on those Joy-Cons on the Switch.
Yeah, that is correct. Anime Gamer is a Switch player coming into this fresh off the boat, essentially. Frying Pan Man, though, has actually been scrimming with the Seraphim crew for a while now, training them up. Definitely seen massive improvement. He's got some coaching from Mexi as well, and Cloak Oak, of course, the captain, winning OSOS entirely. So even with one lower ranked player, this is still probably definitely one of the teams I would pit a little bit higher. I'm a Scoliosis' team, still a bit of a mystery. We haven't seen a lot of them so far.
Okay. Well, I'm excited to see the games. Get a little, it's a little preview. We're gonna be moving up this week, all the way to the NASL playoffs this weekend. So we got to start with the newer players first and see kind of how this goes. Well, I'm excited. But I will say, having your best player on goalie might be the move in these type of tournaments.
Yeah, we have a few teams that seem to be running that. Looks like I'm a Scoliosis actually taking up that role. Normally he plays midfield, so that's certainly something to be noted of. And that's to be a really quick goal there, actually, off of the jet cannon. Anime Gamer standing up in that position. Cloco's had him on a bit of a training arc recently where, and this sort of reflects their team name, just playing Oki Zentaro, just standing in the goalie's face and, well, doing that the entire match, as that seemed to be the most effective way to get those limited strike boxes and Joy-Cons to at least do something during the match.
Oh, both barriers all the way down, and the Giga Blast already gets that top angle, and it looked a little bit dicey there for Red Team as Dim Sunset, the Asher player, got taken out by the splash cannon there a little early, but the Giga comes to save the day. Getting back into this game here, Anime Gamer doing Oki things, just smacking him. I mean, I guess that's probably some of the better advice you could probably tell a new player. Just go hit the goalie, as S Rain and Dim Sunset taking the barrier early. Frying Pan Man trying to save it here with the eject button. Skolios is running in front of Anime Gamer as he procs the splash zone here on the red side. Skolios is looking to run up here, trying to feed the Asher, but can't play too up, as you gotta respect the Zentaro a little bit. Might be a new player, but those Joy-Cons hit hard, as Scully does have that flip, but Anime Gamer strikes, gets the strike, times it perfectly, and finds the denial there. Asher looking up here. It's not over yet, as we see right there. Frying Pan Man forgets the flip, and then instantly, I mean, Dim Sunset just gets that quick little goal. It's 2-1.
Yeah, something I noticed here, Dim Sunset playing pretty much in blue team's goal box, essentially the same essential strat as Anime Gamer, playing very far forward on that Asher, not really moving back much, leaving it all up to Strain and Amascoliosis, trusting that they're going to get the puck back up to them, which seems to be paying off for them so far.
Yeah, I mean, paying off so far as Anime Gamer's kind of cooking as the core flip goes straight in. This guy might just be, I mean, a natural born gamer here. Strike indicators or not, I mean, had a really, really good play getting that barrier and then puts it into that bottom corner. So showing up now 2-2. This is definitely a close one as Cloakup has that flip. Gotta pay attention there as he used it to secure the barrier. Definitely good usage there as Frying Pan Man looking to maybe come up a little bit with that flip, but not going too much as they're up a little bit too far and misses the flip, and no, it's a little bit too late. Dim Sunset with the flip of their own puts it into the bottom corner off that goal barrier into the net. Great shot there, and I mean, Red Team taking the first set.
Yeah, Frying Pan Man mostly runs eject button Kai, so playing aggressive is definitely something he's been working on, but it looks like it went a little bit too hard there, kind of overextended a bit and lost control of that situation. But that's gonna be a specialized pickup, falling over to Imascoliosis. Those Giga Blasts might be hitting pretty significantly at this point.
And with the missile prop too.
Yeah, with the missile prop as well. Definitely something to be aware of. Hot shots going to Aimi, heavy impacts on Zentaro, Seismist showing up, certainly noteworthy, I would say, and peak performance going over to Dim Sunset, who took the Spark of Stagger start, so allowing Red Team to scale could possibly be a pretty terrifying prospect for Blue Team here.
Ooh,
oh wow, what a glitch pop.
Indeed, as that glitch pop comes in and just completely catches Frying Pan Man off guard. And keep in mind, it was a Spark of Resilience missile prop start, if you guys didn't catch that from our yapping in the draft. So everybody took that missile prop except for the two brawlers on either side, the Asher and the Zentaro, taking that Spark of Resilience. As we get into the next round here, Cloakup almost gets that, but great save from Scully, trying to keep it forward to his teammates as they just take the barrier instantly. It seems like they're kind of just steamrolling this map. Scoliosis and the Spellcasters, I mean, just showing how good they are as the Anime Gamer goes down to the water. As Dim Sunset trying to win a strike war finally gets it after probably the third or fourth attempt there. That's all you need with a man up. Puts it right through Frying Pan Man.
Yeah, an unfortunate death from Anime Gamer there. It looked like he actually dodged, but I think he struck immediately after. It brought him out of the elusive. So that's always unfortunate to see.
Yeah, unfortunate indeed.
Gotta be aware of those map hazards.
Yeah, I mean, this map will surely be allowed once custom games come through, right? Yeah, as Scully loses the barrier, so a little bit of an unfortunate barrage. Great strike there from Anime Gamer as Cloakup trying to keep it into the water cannon as Anime Gamer puts it right through. Great timing there on the strike. Scully just was not there in time with their strike.
Yeah, it seems like when Anime Gamer is up in that bottom corner, pretty consistently they've been getting the goals off of that juice. It just seems like that's kind of the place they can stand, and as soon as blue team kind of goes on the defense is when things start to fall apart. But if blue team can just keep that momentum up, get the quick barrier, send out the juice, that seems to be like just playing the map in general seems like how they're gonna be able to try and pull this one back.
Pulling this one back and has a chance, but Scoliosis gets back in time, and Frying Pan Man cannot get to it in time. The Giga just gets caught by the Asher there, unable to save it as Flex that X right there. Dim Sunset, good work as they put it into the top corner. Great, I mean, great set there, really. Pretty dominating set in games so far from the Spellcasters.
Yeah, really impressed with Spellcaster's performance. Like I said at the beginning, we haven't seen any of them previously, so this was a total coin toss. And I must say, they've performing better than I thought. Spark of Agility falling over to a Dim Sunset there is going to stack with that Peak and Spark of Stagger. So already this round is going to be looking like potentially kind of scary for blue team. Anime Gamer having to pick up a Spark of their own as well, though. Fireback could be seeing some more damage come out onto I'm a Scoliosis. That Oki training possibly coming into effect here.
Yeah, both Sparks going over to the Brawlers there. So 2 Sparks on either of them, which means that only Spark cooldown is left. So a chance for Asher to get 3 Sparks this game is still there, but they're going to have to lose a set for that to happen. So, I mean, obviously you don't want that, as Cloakoak starts it off strong there with a early barrier take, as Dim Sunset trying to get that dribble up, but the water cannon coming in clutch there, keeping it away. Frying Pan Man ejects back, but just out of position, but it doesn't matter. Great save there from Frying Pan Man. S-Rain thought they had it, but it doesn't matter. Anime Gamer with the strike primary into that bottom side. Scoliosis just missed their barrage there. Great try.
Yeah, solid try indeed, Anime Gamer. Missing some Zentaro primaries. Unfortunately, the Oki trading not paying off super huge in that match, but solid positioning, some coordination with Cloakoak there to get him up in the top corner to find where the puck was going, ultimately resulting in the goal anyway.
Yeah, getting the goal regardless, but S-Rain, ooh, great flip there off that bottom corner, hitting that full around the world to get the bottom side of that barrier here. Cloakoak flipping, finding the bottom side of the other barrier, so no barriers now as the water cannon comes down. Great save there from Scully, though, as Cloakoak tries to put it in with that secondary, just not recast it, just the primary just misses as well, and S-Rain gets it out of there, but Scoliosis misses that strike shot, unable to get that timing correctly on there, and puts it in the bottom corner. Great job from Cloakoak that whole round, really.
Yeah, good hook placement there. That missile prop start actually coming in pretty big for the Rasmus hook. I think on this map as well, it's certainly very helpful being able to do those long range pulls. As we saw right there, it's certainly came in clutch for hitting that goal. Great save by Frying Pan Man there, stopping that core flip.
Yeah, great stop with that Giga there on the core flip. Cloakoak trying to play some midfield here, trying to keep it away from Dim Sunset. You do not want the Asher to get that core in front of your Kai goalie. It is just not a recipe for success, as that exactly is what's going on here, but unable to, secure it for now. Cloakoak playing really good midfield, and Anime Gamer with a great primary passive into that barrier. Great job there. Scoliosis is looking a little bit low. No evades here, as Anime Gamer just needs one little shot to kill him, but it doesn't matter anyway. Cloakoak comes in for the finish, whiplash into that bottom corner. This game is still going.
Wow. 3-0 sweep on the comeback set there for Okie Dokie. And it looks like Spark of Focus is going to be showing up here, as well as Catalyst. Cloakoak taking a Fire Up last round. Going to be eyeing that one up for sure. Chrono Boost going over to Frying Pan Man. That's going to come in pretty big with the Super Surge plus Aerials plus Eject button. Extra special going over to Strain. Has the Timeless Creator. Looking at big firewalls as well. Perfect form on Anime Gamer. That's actually pretty big. No one actually picking up the Spark of Focus. Dim Sunset opting to go for the Stagger build instead. Also pretty viable there. So I think all around a pretty solid draft for both teams. Everyone's essentially getting what they want. That's going to be a quick KO though. Anime Gamer goes down at the start of the round as the barrier falls.
Yeah, going down early, and I mean, already a goal. I don't have to say much, as Scoliosis finds that barrage in after that KO. So man up. They're trying to bring this one to a close nice and quick. They said that last set was a fluke. Let's get right back into it. as they get a real quick goal and almost a real quick barrier, as a good ult there from S-Rain trying to get that barrier real early. Glitch Pop going over to Dim Sunset. Dim Sunset gets that barrier as the Giga from Scoliosis puts it in, and Scoliosis just putting on a clinic right now in this Kai goalie.
Yeah, for sure. I've never actually seen him on Kai goalie before, so it's certainly something different. But so far seems to be holding it down. A few misplaced strike shots, but I suppose that's to be expected. But these Gigas have certainly been pretty well timed. Ooh, a core flip pass from Strain there to Dim Sunset's going to go for a quick barrier, and finding the top of the goal. That's actually going to be game. Spellcast is taking it.
Yeah, I mean, when you leave that Asher alone for really any amount of time, bad things happen, as we see there. Gets the barrier. Great pass there, actually, from the Amy to get it there from the core flip, and then just puts it right in after knocking aside Frying Pan Man. So Spellcasters get the first round robin win there, starting off 1-0, but not the end. It is a round robin tournament, so we're going to be seeing about 5 games here, I believe, and all different ones, and we'll see who can get the best record at the end of it.
Yep. And just looking at the redirect chart here, Dim Sunset and Anime Gamer, 34 and 20 redirects respectively. Did not touch the puck, but scored the most goals on their team each.
Yeah, that's the Inkies moment. So who needs midfield when you have abilities to hit them, right?
For sure.
20 is an impressive amount. I mean,
that is.
Really sticking to their guns there with just hit the goalie strat. Gotta respect it.
And
how's so the yeah, go ahead.
I was just saying, it looked like our next game on the roster, I don't know if they're ready yet, but we're going to be going into in a few moments here, it seems like. It's going to be Help, led by Malachi, versus Competitive Throwing, led by the Log. So that'll be coming up shortly. Well, we're going to throw it to a quick break until then. So stick around. Hello,
Hey.
everybody. We're back after that match, that Inky's match. Uh, Okie dokie, or no, sorry, not Okie dokie. Spellcasters really showed up that time. Beat Okie dokie.
Yeah, really putting on the longest Inkies game I've ever seen at about let me see the exact time on there. 11 minutes, new record for longest Inkies game of all time. So shout outs to them for keeping it close, and shout outs to Lego actually for these graphics that you guys just saw on screen. So big shout outs to Lego Mage for making those. Definitely really cool. Showing all those we're early on in this game in Omega Strikers in itself, we're kind of just racking up, finding all the talents so that we can make the best things possible. I think the what do you want to call them, the animations, the graphics definitely deserve a shout out there. You should totally do it for NASL.
Well, I've been pretty busy, but yeah, our production quality is pretty. We wanted Seraphim to have solid production quality, and yeah, the intro video, all the graphics cards, and the animations themselves should be uploaded onto my YouTube channel, Magos15, by now. So if you want to take a closer look at those, you're welcome to head over there and take it out. But we're actually going to be jumping into our next game here. It's like we're loading in help versus competitive throwing. Going to be Malachi versus the Log. Once again, two teams that we don't know a too lot about, and yeah, it looks like we're going to be on Oni Village. So we got Tekajin on goalie and Triweaver, looks like on midfield. Malachi playing forward, as that is his normal position. And we'll see what these bans coming out here. Well, I say that. The rule is no bans. I literally forgot.
No bans, yeah. Did you say that? Yeah. That's your rule, bro. It's your rule.
It's not even my rule. It's just the rule. The rule thing. But yeah, it looks like Tekajin hovering that Dubu goalie pick. Pretty solid on this map. Pretty simple goalie to learn. Pretty just solid all around. Malachi on that X. Looks like Kazan going over to the Log. He's been noted as being a pretty big Kazan fan. Requested it for his player card even. Triweaver on that era, that X era pick. I don't know how well that's going to work on this map, but we'll see how it plays out.
That's still fine.
Looks like Rune, I believe that's Echo, is a Rune main, and looks like Thaifi picking up Juno. So we'll see in a moment what our starting awakenings are. Oh, looks like hot shots all around.
Oh, it's a Kazan goalie.
Wow, yes, the Log actually is playing goalie. This was, they did say that was a possibility, but I wasn't actually sure. Eject button, Kazan goalie.
Oh, and a hot shot start.
Pummeler's hot shot Juno and Pummeler's Rune as well, all with hot shots. So this is certainly going to be a Oni Village match of all time.
Yeah, Pummeler's on Oni Village, definitely a real strong training as real strong strike placement there from the Juno. Kind of just jumped right into this, getting into that bottom corner. Tekajin just not in the right place. Barry's going down like crazy. That was a very fast first point as we're getting into this game already.
Yeah, these hot shots on the entirety of the red team. Tekajin seems to be having a little bit of trouble dealing with that and the slimes at the same time. I just can't quite reposition fast enough in general. But right now, Malachi and Triweaver just trying to get the puck off of their side of the field, really. The red team's been applying a pretty fair bit of pressure. Thaifi on that Juno, going hard.
Yeah, and keep in mind, the X era, it's a scaling comp. You gotta get a couple trainings first before you go crazy on it, as the forward Juno pick here, going real hard with the hot shot as well. It's very difficult to save, especially for newer players. And keep in mind, everybody, for those just tuning in, this is mainly newer players, so it is one more experienced player, member of Seraphim, as a captain on either of the teams, and then two usually newer players that they kind of getting in here. Gold, I believe, is the high peak for them. So this is definitely going to be a lot of newer gameplay, as, what counters newer gameplay? Well, that is Juno, as we see, for anyone who's ever made a Smurf in their life. So already getting 2 goals there on the board for Thaifi.
Yeah, blue team, Tekajin and Triweaver, recently hitting silver, I believe. They've been playing competitive with Malachi, and they, not like on an alt, obviously, but they recently hit silver. I'm not sure what the ranks of Echo and Thaifi actually are. That was never actually revealed to me, but Yeah, so this is some relatively silver gameplay, but they do seem to be holding it down. Looks like the coaching from Malachi certainly coming a bit of help, but once again, Thaifi still wreaking havoc in Tekogen's goal box. Looks like he's a bit unsure of how to actually deal with those hotshot slimes.
Yeah, the Dubu just gotta hold one of those barriers, right? He'll figure it out. Malachi will tell him sooner or later. Just keep holding one of those barriers, stand right in the middle of it, and then when those slimes come up, you gotta use your abilities. But I mean, it is pretty hard. Hotshot Juno is definitely a little bit. I don't want to be sarcastic because people take me seriously. It's very strong right now. It's actually very broken. So hopefully we'll see some nerfs coming in this next patch. Hopefully later this week, as looking in the drafts. I mean, nothing too crazy for everybody, but everybody gets something a little nice, so it's pretty good so far in the draft.
Yeah, that missile prop on that Juno is going to make Tekogen's life a little bit harder, and not to mention, of course, the hitting 15% harder. We could potentially see those pummelers come into play, but as I say, that Echo is actually taken out from the side of red team, but we'll see how those pummelers are going to work out with that missile prop for Thaifi if blue team gets a little too close to the edge.
But blue team is scaling though. The X era getting a couple awakenings here. The Egoist going over to the X and the Super Surge going over to the era, so definitely going to be helping out here with some of the speed and really just all around energy trainings in general, right? So just so important on this map as Tekogen just clears it a little bit too wrong there, hits his own barrier there. As the log, great saves here on that Kazan goalie. Definitely not the most normal of picks, but I'm glad to see it either way. If you're gonna have fun, this is the place to do it. As Malachi pops that ult, unable to do much with that X Maximus, but gonna be pretty back and forth here until the Juno. Oh, great save there from Triweaver. A little bit of double goalie here. Definitely surprised to see that. Great awareness there from the era to run back in time. But the Slime, great save there from Tekogen, winning that strike war against the Slime as the log is just with that one barrier left, trying to hold it down. Malachi trying to get that bottom corner, but the log is going to be using that Kazan pull to save it as the ball is just kind of going back and forth here. Classic Oni Village gameplay until one of the goalies gets bored as Tekogen has that flip though, so has that insurance but does not take it as the Slime with Hotshot puts it right past him.
Yeah, certainly a very fast moving puck there at the end. Tekogen just doesn't quite have the reaction time to notice the Slime, know where to clear it, and should the Slime hit it, also be able to core flip when right now I think he's just trying to focus on hitting the puck in general when it's moving this fast. The Oni Village speed barriers plus the hot shots are really making it move.
Yeah, first timing, or not first timing, but being new to goalie against this type of game and on Oni Village as well, one of the harder maps to play goalie on, I think. Definitely not the easiest thing in the world. Hopefully uses flip here. Oh, actually doesn't. Okay, great banish there, trying to keep it forward. They're getting it to the Juno as much as possible. Oh no, that's own goal from Juno with the missile prop. I mean, this is why a lot of Juno mains actually do not like missile prop on the Juno, because that Slime just gets sent way too far from where they actually would like, and that backward Slime just puts it right in their own net.
Yeah, and unfortunately the log obviously wasn't expecting the massive hotshot goalie check to be going backwards, but ooh, pillar by Echo there. And Echo's actually been holding it down pretty well on Rune throughout this. The pillars have been coming up in pretty decent spots, and it's mostly been, ooh, unfortunate primary there from the log, but it's mostly been the Thaifi Tekogen show, but I think Echo has certainly been playing a big part in making Tekogen's life a lot harder.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, getting it to that Juno over and over again definitely will help. And some good midfield play going on in general. And, last point, we did see a little bit of an unfortunate primary there from the log. Kazan goalie, definitely not a popular pick, mostly for that reason of sometimes his primaries just don't work. They don't work. I don't really know why. Just sometimes they don't really connect, and definitely not the easiest ones to use as well in the goal box, but I'm excited to see it come out regardless. The log representing a little bit of an unpopular pick here as Malachi trying to get this last barrier. Triver running up but losing that strike war, unable to get that bottom corner here as the Rune Pillar trying to defend as much as they can as Malachi defends that top side, trying to hit it forward, getting a bit of losing a little bit of strike wars against the Juno Slime, and Tekogen just does not want to use that flip as it goes right past him in that top corner.
Yeah, Tekogen kind of unsure on when to actually be popping the flip. It seems like, especially like with these hotshot slimes that are coming out of almost thin air for him, knowing when to use abilities in general, especially as a goalie, as a new goalie, is something that takes a lot of practice. And flip is one of those abilities where you feel like it's more valuable than it really is. And sometimes it is just better to spend it to, you know, make a save the final barrier, save, you know, the goal, than to try and hold on to it for some kind of power. But oh my gosh, the Pummeler's missile prop actually coming in huge there for Thaifi as Tekijin is launched back into his own goal box.
Yeah, I'm honestly surprised that killed, but I mean, fitting for the Juno character to not only have insane core control and speed, but also be able to kill with the slime. So definitely balance there, as we see coming in here. Malachi trying to get this last barrier, but the log is kind of just, I mean, I said it earlier, just a bit of an unbreakable wall, as the title doesn't lie, right? Unbreakable is doing so well, you know, until the primary bugs. So that should be the win con here for the Era X. You know, try to get it to that Kazan while the primary is going off. Maybe it'll bug, maybe it won't work, as the Kazan is not the best pick, but he has the flip for insurance. As I said earlier, I think, you know, putting one of your better teams or team captains on that goalie role is probably going to be the best move. As newer goalies, it's just one of the hardest roles to learn, as it again goes in on that top corner. Tekijin just struggling to hold these barriers.
Yeah, definitely. Both teams we've seen now have the captain actually on goalie, even though that isn't their main role. The log and Scoliosis, primarily the log actually a flex player, but I'm Scoliosis, primarily a midfielder. And so far that seems to be the play. That seems to be working out pretty solidly for them, having a role on goalie that is arguably the most influential role in the game. Just, it seems to overall be affecting the team synergy in a much better way. You have the passes, you have the clears, than if you have to rely on a newer goalie to get the puck up to you to be able to actually do anything.
It'll be good practice all the same as we're getting into this next set here. The first barrier almost going down, but great save there from the log. And the cool thing about Kazan goalie with eject is that you actually get multiple ejects with the different forms since you have two secondaries. So definitely really cool usage of the character there. A great pull there from the log, getting it to that top side, but Tekijin tries the log, but unable to actually get it in time and just reads it incorrectly, and it goes right past him again. Tekijin really just struggling to find his footing against this Juno with Hotshot. It just goes a little bit too fast.
Yeah, Hotshot Juno, Hotshot Rune, Oni Village. It is the combination for how to make the puck go as fast as humanly possible. And unfortunately for Tekijin, I don't think he was prepared for this kind of gameplay coming into this tournament.
Yeah, I guess neither was the log, as Malachi gets both barriers coming in here and the goal. Great job there from Master X Malachi on the X, really just cycling their abilities perfectly, trying to get both barriers and getting that goal, just keeping up with the core there. Great offensive play.
Yeah, overall good 1v1ing there from Malachi. Core flip coming out to get that top barrier. Now it's going to be a question of the real game shot. It looks like, as you said, the primary not able to actually save the puck there, as Malachi is able to get that bottom barrier. So now it's really up to Tekijin to try and get the puck back up to his forwards so that they can try and win the 1v2 against the log. But everyone kind of stuck in midfield at the moment. But now Malachi with the dribble play can't reach anything with bull rush, unfortunately. Core flip from the log, trying to clear it out. Tekijin misses the core flip throw. Oh, that's gotta be rough.
At least he core flipped. At least he tried. I'm just happy that he pressed it. All right, he pressed it. He tried. Now he just got to work on hitting it, and he'll be a brick wall. All right, he's getting there, leveling up by the round here, as Malachi trying to put in that extra overtime work, get these barriers. As this top one should go down here. She has a couple opportunities to dribble right into Era, but just misses the strike on both sides, almost getting that barrier here as the log. Oh no, just misses the strike again, Tryweaver, but it doesn't matter because Malachi picks up the slack, gets that goal as the log comes down, is stuck in primary animation, cannot go back to the eject button, and then just Tryweaver getting their first goal of this, the set here. I think all game actually, as 2-2. They're trying to take their first set.
Yeah, blue team certainly not giving up yet, despite the situation that they're in. It looks like as long as Malachi is able to keep the puck on the enemy side of the field, red team side of the field, they're able to do something. As long as Tekkagen isn't put under the immense pressure, but great saves there through the triple slimes by Tekkagen. Seems like they're definitely trying to adapt, definitely trying to do something about these crazy Juno slimes that are just causing him so much trouble. Oh wow!
And you don't need something when you got X, baby, coming in with the Egoist, just running all the way down the field, coast to coast, getting that barriers and getting that goal here with the core flip. So well played, and going to be rewarded with that first pick. Actually, something that came to me kind of during here that just, if people didn't really know, is the Kazan actually, the open primary on that umbrella doesn't actually hit stun. So that's kind of why it struggles to work sometimes, is that you can just hit things right through it, or if you're caught in it as a character, you can just press evade, even if you are staggered. It does not hit stun. So a little bit weird there sometimes. You know, that is definitely why a lot of people don't prefer him as a goalie, but the log, you know, doing his best to make it look pretty decent here, as, you know, doesn't take the twin drive, takes actually
Tempo
swing. So I guess maybe going to be trying to do a little bit of damage in the goal box. We'll have to see how this plays out.
Yeah, quick strike's going to Malachi though, and the chrono boost on Triweaver's Era. That's definitely a really big pickup for help, as now they have some decent scaling, but unfortunately Malachi losing the strike war there to the Juno. But this is a dangerous situation though. These two barriers are still up for red team. Blue team looking, having to play kind of defensive, trying to keep it out of the hands of Thaifi as much as physically possible. But with Echo on that twin drive, and the slime, the redirect into the bottom of the goal is just going to trip up Tekkagen right there.
Yeah, the hot shot Juno slime strikes again, perfectly placed. Honestly, missile prop moment. I'll say it. No, actually, it was a good missile prop usage there, hitting it all the way downfield, basically. As get to this next point, it's not over yet. They did it once, they can do it again as Mel gets the first barrier, almost takes the second, but just can't keep up with it in time. Gets the second one because the log was just caught lacking there, as the primary from X almost puts it in that top corner, but not quite, as the shot into the bottom corner just hits at the log, unable to reach it with that extended strike lane. Thought that they had the range, but just not quite there in time. So great shot there and great play there from the forwards on the side of help.
Yeah, and as we're going to this next set here, looks like Malachi's Egoist is actually just procced as well. So, misses the core flip though. Used it a bit preemptively there, but still able to maintain some kind of offensive pressure, getting it past the rune pillar just essentially through brute force right there. And now it's up to Malachi to get it through the log and win the 1v1 as Triweaver is a bit far back. They do have core flip, but Malachi is taken out by the log. The secondary from the Kazan goalie hitting pretty hard, plus the rune pillar, of course. Core flip from Triweaver, can't get it through Echo, as now Malachi is respawning. Tekkagen has the core flip, so essentially back to square one, the Oni Village diagonal barrier mode. This could be potentially looking to be a relatively long round here, as Thaifi is staggered, and with the damage coming, they do have core flip, and does get that barrier though. Well, good patience there from Thaifi. Tekkagen unable to react in time, and Malachi not getting the barrier, getting core flip of his own, missing it, but doesn't matter, gets it off of the rebound. Well played there by Malachi.
Unfortunate clear there from the log. Tried to clear it up into that top angle, but just misses it. Comes right back down into the X right hook, putting it right past him into that net. So great play there from Malachi to take advantage of the mistake there from the log. And at the beginning of this round here, top barrier going down already. Tekkagen choosing to defend this bottom one instead here, doing a lot better against the slimes, I will say, but I had to open my mouth, as doesn't need the slimes when you just have Juno herself coming and getting that bottom barrier. So no barriers now for help. But, you know, still have a chance here as the top barrier goes down. Malachi looking a little bit scary on that X. Wins the strike war, gets another one. Ults almost gets it here. Dribble off the bottom side, but the great banish there from Echo, the mythical, trying to keep the X away from his net, as Triweaver and Malachi trying to get in it, but you don't need your era when you're just X, baby. Gets the Egoist proc, doesn't even need it. 3-1 on that set. They're coming for the reverse sweep.
Wow, going into the final set here, I actually didn't expect it to get this far going off of those first two, but that X era scaling really coming in clutch, and Props to Chekogen as well for really kind of being able to adapt on the fly to deal with these hotshot Juno slimes, hotshot rune pillars, and that fire up going over to Malachi is actually going to be pretty big with the Egoist. Unfortunately, Catalyst having to fall to the wayside for that, though. Stagger Swagger over for Chekogen. Prime time on the rune. Like peak performance on the Kazan is going to go with the tempo swing, and perfect form going to Triweaver. Not much to pick from there. As we're going into our final round here. This is close.
Oh wow! No! Triweaver already taken out. I believe actually that was the. I couldn't really tell if that was a Juno Slam or if that was just a summoned pillar. As the log runs up there, actually lagging a little bit there, I think, but almost gets that goal running up with the eject goalie. And then Chekogen, no, just unfortunately does not clear it around the slime, just misses the strike as the slime puts it right back in. Just a little bit of a relentless onslaught there from the side of competitive throwing. Able to put it in real fast, as I think, Malachi and Triweaver, they gotta just stay alive. They gotta be careful when they're on the edges here, especially against that rune banish.
Yeah, for sure. Like they are playing somewhat of a damage comp of their own, but they can't forget Kazan and Rune can still deal a lot of damage, and that Juno does have pummelers, which, as we've seen, has gotten a kill before. But now Malachi's ego is proccing big speed as they're trying to regain control of the puck as both goals are open, and that bull rush into core flip finds the bottom of the goal. Malachi with the X-Tech.
Okay, oh my goodness, the bull rush core flip. I haven't seen that one really ever, on purpose at least, so that was very, very impressive. I don't even know if he needed it there, but we'll take it, as the log, unfortunate there, just misses the second, or the primary, excuse me, as both barriers going down. The log trying to save this one, but Malachi is just looking so scary in these last couple sets. The last couple sets, excuse me, as the X era just finally has scaled. It feels like Triweaver has that flip, gonna be looking for a reason to use it here, possibly, as Malachi with that top side dribble has the quick strikes, and X, with quick strikes, definitely a very, very scary foe. And also, by the way, it's Hotshot start, for those who don't remember, and Hotshot does work with abilities and just hits the core harder in general, right? So that X, when he ults and then punches the core, that counts as an ability and a strike. So going to be hitting the core incredibly fast if you can ever ult.
Yeah, and that arrow getting taken out pretty quickly there by that rune pillar. It was kind of unfortunate. Triweaver losing the core flip now, essentially having to start from square one on energy, but Malachi regaining the energy. That fire-up ego is coming in pretty big in terms of getting his core flips back. Chekogen also going to be getting a core flip here pretty soon, as Egoist procs is now the log. Malachi missing the core flip, but winning the strike war. Getting the second point, and they are a point away from taking this game now. The reverse sweep on the brink.
Yeah, almost a really good save from the log. They're dribbling on their own goal. They're trying to find a good clear, but just missing that strike that would allow them to clear it, and Malachi takes full advantage of it, running and flipping. Misses the flip, but gets the rebound anyway, as it doesn't even matter, as Thaifi, gets both barriers instantly again. Just a bull rush of a point. Both points from competitive throwing have gone like in the first 10 seconds, whereas if Help can hold the barrier, can take just a second, let the X cook, let the era kind of start slowing and shrinking, then they have a lot better of a chance. But Chekogen, really, it just depends on how he plays and loses both barriers here. The Juno might just finish this off, as trying to come in here, Echo trying to get it to the Juno blobs, the log putting it back through, hitting it to Chekogen. Everybody has flip except for Era on the side of Help, so definitely still scary. You cannot relax on the side of competitive throwing right now. The log has to be careful, but it doesn't matter. Chekogen forgets to flip again, and Thaifi just puts it right through him into that goal. So GG, set 5.5, almost the reverse sweep, but competitive throwing takes the win.
Yeah, great game there from competitive throwing, and great almost comeback by Help. Did not expect it to go as long as it did, so props to them for really holding it down. Yeah, taking a look at these stats here, Chekogen with 100 saves, really doing his best here, and Thaifi with the 9 goals though, still managing to make that hotshot Juno look about as broken as it is. The Egoist pickup on Malachi definitely was putting in some work. Unfortunately, that last round just didn't really feel like he had a chance to use it, or just didn't take a chance to use it, really, when the puck was over in red team's goal box, and just kind of lost control of it. And once it gets back to Thifey, you can bet that round is about to end, because those Hotshot Juno plus the missile prop is just almost a guaranteed score against Tekogen here.
Yeah, I mean, just hits it so fast, right? And felt like Tekogen had actually a fairly good game, especially, for a new player just coming in that goal box against the Hotshot Juno. It's definitely not an easy game to play as a goalie there, right? So definitely props to help for almost putting in that reverse sweep. But sometimes the Slimes are just a little bit too strong as Thifey. Definitely my MVP for that match. The Log playing pretty well as well, but Thifey just getting how many goals? Let me see the stats here.
9 goals.
9 goals and 31k damage on the Juno forward, doing a little bit of ZZZ tech on that Juno, right? Only 97 redirects, so who needs redirects when you're Juno, though, right? And then we have Echo the Mythical with 148 redirects, definitely taking up the brunt of that midfield, getting it to that Juno, letting the Juno cook, and the Log with 91 saves, 155 redirects, definitely playing well themselves. And then actually another impressive stat is actually the X on the side of Help. 161 redirects. It felt like, running the court basically for the whole time, trying to carry, but just unable to finish it out strong.
Yeah, that 95 shots definitely goes hard. But this kind of goes back to what we were talking about earlier, having your captain on that goalie role as opposed to the power forward role. And this was a very close match. It was an Oni Village game, but ultimately the Logs did come out on top, probably because of that. Help not having a strong enough defense really to deal with the Hotshot Rune, Hotshot Juno. And I can't help but wonder, if Malachi had been on goalie instead, would this have potentially been a different game? Because as we see, he's been cooking on that X, been trying to fight that 1v1 with the Log, has the majority of the team's goals, most redirects on that team. If he had been on goalie, would some of those goals have actually been saved? Questions we might never know the answer to.
Well, maybe, but you have to think about too, it is Oni Village, so maybe if it was another map, maybe Malachi would have a bit more of an impact on that forward, right? Oni Village, notoriously pretty hard to have an impact as forward on that map a lot of the time, since the core is just going so strong. It feels like it's very, very goalie favorite. If you have the, if you have the slightly worse or not as good goalie or less experienced goalie, it just feels like a lot harder, especially, in uncoordinated play, at least. So definitely a good try, though. I am surprised after how those first 2 sets went that they managed to claw it back to set 5.5 at that point. So definitely, fun game to watch and see how new players are kind of approaching different metas, approaching different maps, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah, as we said, the comeback was certainly good. They had a couple of very strong drafts as well. I think that's another aspect of this is Help was able to pick up a few good best in slot items for the characters that they were playing, essentially leaving competitive throwing to not have a lot. So I suppose we'll have to see, should they end up winning this whole thing, getting a post-game interview, how much drafting regiment they actually ended up going over in their month of coaching, because that's certainly a massive element of this game, certainly a very important element. And it looks like we're actually going to be going into our next game here in just a moment. We're going to be seeing Malachi's team again, Help, versus the Mexicutioners, led by Mexi Casual. And for anyone who doesn't know, Mexicutioners are the team to beat here. They are by far the scariest. Jeff, their forward, I suppose Lilas, as his Omega Striker's name is, certainly a force to be reckoned with. If that Juno gave Tekogen a run for his money, you can bet that Lilas's Asher definitely will, as we load in here to Night Market.
Yeah, well, I'm excited to see the comps here. I'm assuming we're going to see something pretty similar on the side of Help. The X era definitely a lot stronger on this map, so I would assume they're going to be playing the same thing. Yep, they're hovering the same thing, so we'll have to see what the Mexicutioners pull out. There's that Asher that you said earlier, and this next pick. I know Mex Casual definitely plays... going to be playing goalie here most likely, I assume, unless they want a roll slot for fun, right? And it's actually Amy Estelle, so I'm assuming it's an Amy goalie.
Yes. So Mexi has recently been practicing Amy goalie, and I forgot to mention this, but he recently, before this tournament, said that he will not be playing any of his comfort pick goalies in this tournament.
Okay.
So that would be Kai, Atlas, and Vice. He has personally barred himself from this. His team is definitely one of the stronger teams here, so he has decided to take that handicap in the name of good sportsmanship.
Hey, practice some characters. You know what I mean? This is a good place to do it. Why not? You know? We come in here. Starting Awakenings, by the way, it will be that prize fighter and the Deadeye. Only 2 people running Deadeye will be the Asher, so excuse me, not the Asher, the Estelle and the Aimee. Now on Deadeye, everybody else with that prize fighter, with that belt coming in clutch. Malachi coming in on that X, getting a bit of a size buff here from the Era, trying to get it to that top side. Both barriers down already as Lilas almost getting KO'd, but a great glitch pop there from Mexi Casual puts it on bottom side. Tekogen just could not keep up with that one.
Yeah, Mexi Casual on that Aimee goalie. Plus Fight Haver on the Estelle. This is a very high pressure, high aggro comp that they are running here. On a map like Night Market, you can expect to see a lot of those super aggro pushes like we're seeing right here, just the blink up to get the barrier, and actually a double barrier off it as well. Tekogen going to certainly have to adapt totally differently to what he was dealing with before. Now, instead of one character with a lot of slimes hitting the puck fast, he's dealing with 3 characters just hitting the puck a lot right in his face, and the double core flip pass is going to get the goal. Tekogen unable to core flip in time. 2-0 for side of the Executioners.
Yeah, just out of range there with that core flip was the Dubu. You know, tried to get that save at the very least, but just was not quite in range for it. The Era X gonna have to put in some heavy work here, but as we said before, that, you know, Era X is a scaling comp, and if you can get any levels or really anything in this first set, usually that is a success for this type of comp. As okay, the X almost going down right away. Triweaver trying to keep it forward. The X going down right away. The core flip needs to come in for Triweaver, but just does not get there in time. Great redirect from Fight Haver into Lilas, and just gets that perfect goal sliding right past Tekogen there, and that's a 3-0 set.
Yeah, wow. Certainly a very dominant showing off of this first set from the side of the Executioners. Something like this to be expected from, you know, essentially the team to beat. And it looks like we have Timeless Creator and Twin Drive on the board, as well as Primetime and Catalyst. Mexi actually going for that Twin Drive over the Timeless, looking to get a lot more of those blinks as opposed to Big Cannon. So Primetime going over to the Triweaver could potentially be pretty big as well as Chrono Boost on the X. Aerials on Estelle, definitely a solid pickup here as Tekogen opts to go for the Catalyst. Looks like no one's going for Sparks this game. Executioners not thinking that they're going to need that.
Yeah, definitely not really. Draft not too big of a deal, to be honest. The Chrono Boost definitely going to be coming in clutch here for the X and the Primetime for the Era. Going to make it way easier for the X Era scaling to start commencing. As great dash strike there from Malachi. This is their chance to get both barriers here. The Aimee does have no abilities as they just use the glitch pop now, so definitely has everything up now, but this is still their time. If they can keep this forward, Triweaver and Malachi have a chance to get this last barrier, but it's just a little bit too slow as Mexi Casual just has everything up all the time. It feels like just can keep it out of range as Fight Haver, and just also keeping it in front with that Estelle being with that Estelle ult. Just really hard to get it past this Estelle, it feels like, this whole point.
Yeah, that Deadeye and Aerials combination over on Fight Haver is really making them a threat, able to poke it out with the Rose Thorns really wherever it goes. The long range blink certainly huge, and honestly, the damage coming off of both of him and Mexi Casual has essentially put Malachi on the back burner all of these rounds. Every round we've seen him almost totally staggered. Like, look at this damage as that first barrier goes down, and a core flip from Lilas is actually going to find the bottom here. The Deadeye coming in pretty huge, and just noticing this, actually, Fight Haver also took Siphoning Wand on the Estelle, so the Deadeye Siphoning Wand just really keeping Malachi's health bar in that permanent empty slot.
Yeah, pretty difficult to, I mean, stay alive, especially as an X with no stagger trainings early on, right? Against that Deadeye training. So, you know, good attempt so far, but like we said earlier, the X Era has time to scale, but they might not have enough time as it's another 3-0 set already for the side of the Executioners. And I mean, you weren't lying earlier. These guys are coming to play.
Yeah, certainly. Mexi has not slacked on coaching his team, doing VOD reviews, playing norms, playing scrims. And Lilas in particular has been scrimming with a lot of the Seraphim people these last few months. Definitely hitting a way above their weight class for a lot of the other people in the tournaments. And looks like a quick strike deny there also as well. Probably some of that Mexi training coming in there. But Mexicutioners currently, actually, bracket update. They are currently 2-0. This taking this next set will make them 3-0, and the only team so far, I think, that has not lost a match in this round robin.
Yeah, well, I mean, with how they're playing now, I'm definitely not surprised. Definitely looking like one of the better teams, you know. I mean, all teams had a month to kind of get pretty good, right? And there is that high gold bar. But what happens when you go above that high gold if, you know, maybe you're just a natural at the game, as Fighthaver and Lilas are looking like they are at this moment right here. The Asher just strike war winning 2 people there, looking so incredibly strong. As that flip has to be careful here. Flips. Ooh, but great. Oh, no, unfortunate. Actually, Fighthaver's blink projectile on the Estelle there actually hits the core flip from Lilas. So a little bit unfortunate, but it doesn't matter anyway. The great, I guess, just a little bit of chaos on the side of Help, just unable to save the core there from Mexicasual. I believe that was a glitch pop that actually ended up hitting that in.
Yeah, that whole round as well, we've been seeing Mexicasual utilize that twin drive, utilize that aggression to just both keep Triweaver and Malachi essentially out of the fight, out of the goal box, but also just keeping the core on their side. As I'm saying this, of course, Malachi just punching it in and getting both barriers. Mexi having core flip up now, teleporting up. Fighthaver passing up to Lilas, and the Rose Thorns is actually going to get it as Tekkagen is trapped in the Asher shield. It's going to be another quick 2-0. One more point will do it for this game.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems kind of just like an outclassing here a little bit. As, you know, Fighthaver and Lilas looking like seasoned pros at this point. Definitely playing incredibly well, as a flip from Mexicasual just kind of finishes it off. Yep, just
wow.
End their misery, get them out of here, let them play and live to see another match, as they're taking that. I believe that was a 9-0.
Yeah, there was an absolute domination from the side of the Mexicutioners. And I suppose for anyone on the stream who is not aware, Mexicutioners actually aren't allowed to win the prize money. Jeff actually peaked in regular plat. So we have allowed them to participate, but should they win, which they likely will, they won't actually get the prize money. They're just here for fun, to teach the other teams and to essentially act as the team to beat. So they don't worry, they won't just be here to take all the prizes.
Yeah, I mean, if you're already signed up for it and it was already planning on happening, I mean, how are they supposed to know they're going to be absolute beasts at the game? You know what I mean? That's like,
Yeah.
like it's not their fault that they're just insane. You know what I mean? So let them play, let them have a little bit of fun. But you know, they don't need that. They don't need the prizing. Their prizing is knowing the fact that they improved so fast that they're now just completely outclassing the tournament. So definitely, I mean, early congrats to them for just how well they're playing, and definitely hope to see those names maybe in a couple amateur series maybe coming in the future. That would definitely be pretty exciting, as we see, you know, Seraphim loves to do with many teams. So I'm definitely excited to see kind of how that comes up in the future.
Yeah, for sure. Lilas and Fighthaver definitely been putting in the work, and Frying Pan Man as well was actually originally part of this this team, going to play goalie instead of Mexi, but the rules said that it had to be a captain actually on the team, so Frying Pan Man graciously went over to Cloak Oak's team to play for them. And yeah, just watching these replays, utter domination from the Mexicutioners, Triweaver and Tekkagen. Silver players playing with essentially people who have been scrimming with Diamond players for the last month or so. So the general skill difference is really on show here, but that isn't to say that, you know, they can't learn, they can't improve as well. And I think having this experience, having to play against people who are hitting above your weight class, it certainly can be eye-opening. It certainly can be a learning experience. And I certainly hope that they get something out of this.
I mean, yeah, I'm already seeing improvement, right? From help. In that first game, we saw, take their goalie for example, Tekajin, right? Where I was I was kind of pointed out every time he just forgot to use flip to save it, but this game they might have gotten they might have gotten 9-0'd, but I saw a lot of flip usages out of that goalie. Using flip, using it a little bit early, not saving it for next game. So I felt like kind of just generally playing the game a bit better, but there's not much you can do when you're just generally getting outskilled. But it felt like they were, not necessarily in the game, had a chance or anything, but it felt like that. It felt like they were still putting up a good fight, So definitely glad to see they didn't give up. Glad to see they still fought until the end. Take it as a learning lesson. Everyone's got to get humbled someday.
Yeah, there's almost always going to be someone better than you at basically everything that you do, and I think help
Speak for
definitely. Yeah, Borg, except for Borg. Borg is good at everything. Borg is the legend.
Hey, can I get a who's next in chat?
But next up, I believe we are going to be seeing Saikin's team versus Mexi's team. They're still in a match at the moment, so it's gonna be just a moment before we see them. So we're gonna be throwing it to a little break, as that was a pretty quick game. But stick around; we'll be seeing more of the Mexicutioners, and Saikin had some pretty big talk. He thinks that his team is going to take it all. So we will see if that is the reason, or if the Mexicutioners are still going to reign supreme. So we're going to throw it to a quick break, and we will be right back with that. Hi, everybody. We're back. We're going to be going into.
Hello.
We're going to be going into Sykeen's team, which is Strikes for Jesus. We have not seen them
That's
yet.
my favorite team name.
Yep, Strikes for
By
Jesus
far.
versus the Mexecutioners. Sykeen coming off of a win, it looks like, against Spellcasters, who we saw earlier. And so far, only suffering one loss to Cloak Oak's team, actually. One of the two teams that's currently 2-1. The Mexecutioners currently 3-0. So Sykeen thinks that his team is going to take it all, except for maybe Mexy's team. So,
well, they don't count, right? I mean,
they don't count. They don't count.
They're just here because we don't want to say no to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we don't say no to them. We're being nice, but
a little bit scared of my fight Haber. You know, what I mean? I'm not saying no to that guy. Are you kidding me?
He wants to have a fight, but Sykeen thinks that his team's at least going to be putting up a big fight. So Fight Haver's going to be enjoying their time for sure. Haven't seen the other members of Sykeen's team before, so I'm not entirely sure what to expect, though I imagine Sykeen will actually be playing goalie. If I had to gander a guess, he's been playing it a lot recently in scrims, and as we've seen, having the captain on goalie seems to be the way to go, as just about every team is running it except for Cloak Oak and Malachi's team, I believe. So I think Mexi will likely be playing Imi goalie as well, and I imagine we'll see Sykeen could be on Imi goalie, could be on Kai goalie. I'm not really sure what to expect, but it's going to be a mystery.
We'll see.
It's going to be a close match, so I think we're just waiting on the players here for a moment. But I guess coming off of that last match, coming off of the Mexecutioners, and help, it was an absolute slaughterfest. But we also need to take into account Mexecutioners, top team to beat, and help. Also currently 0-3 in the bracket. They've lost to every other team. So it looks like they're actually showing up to be the weakest. So we saw the strongest team essentially fight the weakest team, and it was a slaughterfest. So that isn't necessarily a gauge of the strength of Mexecutioners. Should they fight one of the 3-1 teams here, I imagine it's going to be a much closer match than we've seen. Possibly we could see the comeback return. Help was able to make that comeback return previously, so if they're able to do it, I imagine Sykeen's team will certainly be putting up a decent fight. But like I said, I'm not familiar with the players on Sykeen's team other than Sykeen himself, so I don't have too much else of input.
Yeah, I mean, I'm lost. You know, I mean, I'm just here for Jesus. Strikes for Jesus, baby.
Yeah, strikes for Jesus.
Let's go. Take down the Mexecutioners, the imposters of the tournament. I'm excited to see a good game as we're queuing up now. Just waiting for the players to load into the game, and we will get started momentarily. As I'm trying to think. I mean, I guess the best way they win, right? How do you beat a better team? You kill them, right?
This is true.
Them, or you get Inkies,
or you get Gates of Obscura. I suppose I forgot to mention. No. Well, hang on now. Gates of Obscura is Sykeen's favorite goalie map.
Oh, okay. I see.
And assuming Mexi is not playing his comfort picks and he's playing Imi goalie, then I think Sykeen's team could actually have a pretty solid chance of being able to score a lot of goals, as defense from Mexecutioners will certainly be a little bit crippled. And as we load into this match, though, it looks like we're actually getting Atlas Labs. So all of my theories will be flying out the window.
Hey, my favorite map besides Demon Deus, Atlas Lab, baby. Love this map. Definitely one of my, I think the most competitive maps. Definitely, it's how you do a map with a map hazard correctly, right? It's like there's no splash cannon. There's barriers that, you know, they're hard to hold, but they're not impossible, right? There's ways where you can definitely do something against it, right? There's definitely counterplay here for the goalies, and has a great little gravity well in the middle as we get a little Rasmus lock in. Definitely very, very strong on this map, and an Asher lock. It looks like from both sides we're probably going to see an Asher, but an Asher goalie on the side of Strikes for Jesus. So definitely excited to see that. And I mean, if this Luna does get locked in, this comp is looking pretty good.
Yeah, as you said, a great way to score the goals are to just kill the entire enemy team. And looking at Asher, Luna, Rasmus, depending on these starting awakenings on Atlas Labs, we could very well be seeing that, as it looks like we're just waiting for a Juno pick. If I had to guess, that's probably actually Mexi playing Juno goalie. But I suppose we'll find out here in just a moment.
It's gotta be Juno goalie.
It's gotta be. Yeah, it is. Eject button. It looks like it was quick strikes and egoist start. Quick strikes on Mexi Casual, Psykeen, and Sokyu. The rest, Badapa, Fight Haver, and Lilas all taking egoist. So certainly going to look like a contested energy game as we hop into this kickoff. And blue team's going to be getting that first barrier there pretty quick.
Yeah, and keep in mind, this is a eject button Juno, so gonna be trying to make these pretty big plays, hopping all the way across, right, for those barriers, as we see right now. But no dash trainings yet, but it still makes a big difference with that slime getting put in that perfect placement on that bottom side. Psykeen really struggling to keep it, but then gets it right past Lilas, the Asher goalie, really, showing how good it is against that Asher forward. So excited to see it here. Mexi Casual, ooh, great save there, just on that goal line, almost lets it through, getting it around the gravity well. Badaba. I guess that's gonna struggle. I'm gonna struggle with that throughout there. Psykeen with the flip, trying to get it through, but Lilas covers every single option with the primary into strike, into passive, into space. So what is Asher, this character?
Yeah, that was certainly an Asher moment. Well, I suppose more certainly a Lilas moment, as Asher, they've been putting on a very solid showing with Asher, both in scrims and in this tournament so far, and plus the coaching from Mexi is known for the ability to stop and shut down core flips right in his face. So if I had to guess, there's a little bit of Mexi coming out in Lilas right now.
Coaching definitely helping here, and you don't even need the flip for that, but does it anyway. A little bit for BM, just for a little bit of assurance. Julie Hart it up, and they're starting to steamroll their way through this. I mean, the side of Strikes for Jesus was showing, a little bit of hope early on, but they're starting to slip away here. So hopefully they can start defending some of these barriers a little longer, let Sokyu and Badaba cook a little bit more. But as I say that, both barriers are gone. Psykeen struggling to get a hand on this core, as Sokyu trying to get the first barrier. Bottom one will be going down here. Mexi Casual is out of abilities, so maybe, yep, the Luna nuke hits it right back, gets the top side, and this is their chance. This is time for Rasmus maybe to hit the core flip here. You need to keep an eye on that, as Badaba positioning to score here. Core flip into the top corner, but Mexi Casual is waiting for it on that top side. Badaba trying to fly in here. Perfect, great save there for Mexi Casual. Great attempt there from Badaba. Core flip, can they do it again? Bottom corner just misses it again. Mexi Casual is an absolute brick wall, but it doesn't matter when Juno's in the net. There's only so much you can do. Sokyu finding that top angle.
Yeah, solid pull there from Sokyu. The Rasmus hook, definitely had eyes on that one. Sokyu and Badaba seem to be playing a little bit of Puck Chasers Guild of America here, but on this round they actually seem to be spreading out more, possibly learning from the, oh wow, Badaba with the finds the kill with the Luna dash, as Jeff was unfortunately standing right on the edge there, and now this could be their chance. Sokyu pushing up into the corner, and Mexi Casual utilizing that eject button, using that long range to try and clear it out, as Fight Haver's Egoist is procced. Core flip comes out, Psykeen blocks it though, and now the ball is going back. Mexi jumping in, and Lilas taking out Psykeen, and that's going to be the goal. Hard to defend when you don't have a goalie. First set going to Mexicutioners.
Hey, most savable goal I've ever seen, that's for sure. There's about 1 million Juno slimes, an Asher in your face, and a core flip coming at you. I mean, definitely a bit of a hard one to stop, as Juno gets rewarded with that first pick, and will be taking the hot shot. It is looking a little bit grim for Strikes for Jesus now. Juno with that hot shot as well, gonna be coming in clutch here. But we have the Deadeye on the Luna for Badaba, so can that make a difference? We will have to see. It depends really if this primetime era can just shut down the Luna and shut down the enemy Asher and Rasmus just enough with the primetime. If there's anything that can do it, it is the era. But I mean, we'll have to see what this Deadeye Luna can bring, because I think that would be the difference maker if we can see a couple KOs come in.
Yeah, certainly. And speaking of KOs, Sokyu taking massive damage from that vortex right there as a black hole takes him out. Mexi dribbling off of it for the KO. And now passing up to Lilas as they are stuffing this corner, and Fight Haver able to get it right past Psykeen there. Yeah, unfortunately, SoQ unable to make good use of that long-range hook as, well, they were taken out pretty quickly there. Fighthaver still not to be underestimated, even on a character without much damage.
Yeah, I mean, era shrink into 1-2 punch era on top of just slimes hitting you left and right. Pretty hard to live, you know, especially when we're running into that gravity well. So, you know, definitely not the easiest thing in the world. This Psykeen very low here, looking a little bit scared as Lilas trying to get the kill, almost finds it, not quite the great evade, but the core flip from Fighthaver finally finds the kill. It's a 2v3 now. Forwards in the net are not enough. Fighthaver getting the open goal right on that top side. It's 2-0 already. Badaba and SoQ need to start making a difference, need to help out Psykeen here, live a little bit longer, but it's just so hard with, you know, the state of the game currently.
Yeah, that 1-2 punch Asher off of Lilas certainly giving Psykeen a lot of trouble, and Badaba and SoQ unfortunately have been taking a fair bit of damage from that black hole as they've been trying to play around the center, but Mexi just won't allow it. He's just going to keep popping that black hole, sending out that free damage, and just letting Lilas and Fighthaver essentially run circles around Strikes for Jesus' goalie.
Yeah, Strikes for Jesus looking a little bit worse for wear here, but has a chance here. But SoQ just misses the strike, has the core flip though, and Badaba going to be getting this barrier. SoQ flipping, unable to get anything out of it as Fighthaver manages to stop this flip. But Badaba a little bit late with the flip themselves, but Psykeen managing to stop a flip on the side of Lilas. Core flips everywhere, but the missed clear on the top side passes it right into Lilas, aka Jeff's face, puts it right back in on the top side, and it's another 3-0 for the side of Executioners, just looking absolutely unstoppable.
Yeah, Executioners really showing absolute domination in this game as well. Psykeen's team, Strike for Jesus, not quite able to live up to the big talk that we heard, and Psykeen probably looking to ban Mexi after this one, but that Castellaz pickup on Fighthaver is probably only going to make their plight even worse, as now being tiny is just going to make it all that much harder for them, and Mexi with the Monu pickup as well, it's going to make those slimes just hit even harder. And SoQ and Badaba, their health bars are screaming for help after this one.
Yeah, definitely going to be a little bit difficult to survive here with the build from the side of Executioners. You know, one good thing, you know, we have that quick strikes and the catalyst from Psykeen, so definitely going to be rewarded for getting hit here, but definitely not rewarded for losing their own barriers, as definitely going to have to play on the defensive side a little bit more, let your forwards cook, maybe get a little bit of help. Casual though now is looking a little bit worse for Ray, but Badaba just misses that Luna headbutt, and Psykeen just unable to get core flip in time there to make that last save.
Yeah, unfortunately, SoQ and Badaba aren't quite able to apply enough pressure to Mexi, who has just been keeping the puck as far away from himself as physically possible, which on Juno goalie is something that you're going to be trying to do. And with characters like Luna and Rasmus, getting that up in your face pressure is kind of difficult. So having that midfield presence can certainly be powerful, but in this case, it's hindering them a bit in terms of being able to return that aggression when they're able to convert to offense.
Yeah, it's just so incredibly difficult when, you know, especially against Asher, right? A very, very easy character to convert with. And then when you have a Juno forward and an Era with, you know, that prime time and that Castellas able to just put so much pressure in against the other forwards, it makes the Asher's job way easier. But, you know, a little bit of hope here as SoQ with that core flip, but just opts to not use it, gets shrunk and gets punished as the shot is just not found. But Psykeen still has a barrier. It's definitely not over yet, as Badaba and SoQ have the core flips, and core flips it puts in that top corner. So this is not over for Strikes for Jesus. They might be able to take this first set, as, you know, it's looking a little bit up for them now.
Yeah, Badaba has core flip now, still has the lingering move speed from the Egoist as well. And SoQ tried to pull something a little bit fancy there, tried to do the self pass with the hook when probably just doing the textbook play might have been better. And but a quick core flip there from Fighthaver was SoQ was unable to get it out with the hook, and Lilas just put it right in for the game point. That's going to be Executioners making a 4-0 in the bracket.
Yeah, don't think Executioners are going to be dropping a single game. They're basically just the ego check of the tournament, right? Kind of just keeping everyone, you know, keeping everyone's spirits not quite as high as they could be, right? seeing how they can play and how they can compete just against that unrelenting force, right? But hey, I mean, got 2 goals. Soki found 2. Saikeen with an assist on 1. So definitely not the worst that that we could have seen there. But good attempts. But I mean, Lilas Fight have her Mexicutioner, or excuse me, Mexicasual. I mean, Mexicutioners in total, right? And that's their team name. So well played to them. Looking pretty unbeatable. But as we said before, they are kind of just here for fun, as they will not be getting a shred of what is to come later on. And we have one more game for you guys later on. Once this one was a pretty quick one as well, I believe. Yeah, 9-minute game, almost 10-minute game. So once the other matches of the round robin are finished, we'll be getting into our last game to decide, I mean, unless we have a tiebreaker, who the winner of this is out of, the second and third place teams. But that'll be coming shortly here. I'm not really sure. Like, do you know the status on the games?
Yeah, it looks like we still have some games in progress right now. Looks like everyone else is still going at the moment. But next up, we are going to be seeing the Logs team. Once again, that's competitive throwing versus Saikeen's team, Strikes for Jesus, who we just saw. So this could, Saikeen, that was his only loss. So Saikeen could be looking to go 4-1 here. The Log has suffered 2 losses currently and is in a game right now. Right now, sitting at 2-1. So Saikeen looking to potentially take the 4-1 and take the series. The only rivals of that would be Cloak Oak, who is currently sitting at a 2-1 and in another game. So it's hard to gauge based on having them have to fight the Mexicutioners, who, as we have seen, just absolutely dominate every match that they're in. But judging by, I suppose we're gonna have to do some algebra here, right? So Mexicutioners wipe.
I'm not doing that. You do that. I'm not doing algebra. I'm done with school.
So Mexicutioners wipe help. Almost reverse sweeped the Logs team. Mexicutioners sweeped Strikes for Jesus, but not as bad. Right? And then, so that is to say that the Log team versus Saikeen's team is going to be winnable for Saikeen. That is what I'm trying to say. That is what I'm getting.
Gotcha.
There's a little reverse engineering to figure that out.
I'm just here to see the game. So whenever we get into this next one, that's when I will be really getting into it. As, let's see here. You said, what is the last match we'll be streaming again? It is the Log versus Saikeen, right?
Yep.
Okay. So possibly the one to really determine the winner, I guess, of it. If the Log can take it, then there might be a tiebreaker. It's a little bit hard to tell. We won't know for sure.
Yeah, it's hard to tell at the moment, as like I said, most of the teams are still actually in the game. But see, it depends on the outcome of essentially the Logs game and Cloak Oak's game, I think, to determine whether Saikeen has a shot at winning this. So Saikeen is currently 2-2. If Cloak Oak loses to help, then they'll currently be tied, and Saikeen has to beat the Log.
Okay.
And Cloak Oak will then be fighting the Mexicutioners, which will probably be a loss. So Cloak Oak is ideally looking at ending at 3-2. Saikeen's team is also trying to end at a 3-2, assuming they beat the Log. And the Log is looking for, at best, also a 3-2, but they have not finished, once again, they have not finished their team against Scully's team as well. So depending on if these teams get their ideal scenarios, I think it could be a tie between Cloak Oak and Saikeen, if I'm looking at this correctly. If the ideal
looks like
scenario,
they just lost.
Oh,
Unless, yeah. Okay. Yeah,
Log
so
lost?
the Logs team lost, which means
okay,
that
so they are out of the running for winning this whole thing.
Cloak Oak's team wins this game, then they're in a, prime position, because they're going to be the only 3-1 team. So if they win this game and then win the next game, then they win for sure. But if they lose, then it's a tiebreaker with the team that they just lost to, right?
If Cloak Oak wins this game, then loses to Executioners, and if Psykeen wins against the log, Cloak Oak and Psykeen will be tied.
Yeah.
At 3-2. So that's what we're looking at here. But it all is all going to determine whether Psykeen is able to beat the log or not.
And Cloak Oak has to lose as well.
Oh yeah, to the Executioners, yes.
Oh, okay. So that might. I mean, so yeah, it pretty much is just who's going to take this game. If it's a win for the side of Psykeen's team, aka Strikes for Jesus, then it's a tiebreaker, I guess, and we got to figure out that one.
And if they lose, then I think Cloak Oak's team
they take it. Yes.
Yeah.
And if Cloak Oak's team wins this game, then they just win for sure. Which is going to be a bit of an uphill battle, but who knows?
Oh, for sure.
Crazier things have happened.
The upset of the century, Joy-Con Switch player, anime gamer will have to fight against the scariest team in this bracket. And the scariest goalie in this bracket, I think notably, the only captain who actually is a goalie playing goalie. So that's also a big part of this.
Yeah, bit OP. No, seems pretty broken. Is that goalie role is very weak right now, guys?
Yeah,
non-impactful nerf goalie.
We should nerf Dubu and Atlas again.
No, it's okay. Let's see. Yeah, we are loading, so we are searching for a game. Just waiting on the players, maybe you get a little bathroom break, do what they need to do as we wait for them to kind of check in and get going for this last game. Possibly last game. Might be a tiebreaker after this. Definitely, there's a pretty good chance of it being a tiebreaker, but we'll have to see.
Once again, if Psykeen wins, it will have to be a tiebreaker between Psykeen and Cloak Oak. If the log wins, then Cloak Oak takes it all. So it's really up to how the log is feeling. Is the log a good friend of Cloak, or does he want to give him a run for his money and send Psykeen after him?
I don't know. We'll see. The Kazan goalie can put in some extra work this game.
Yeah, for sure. That eject button Kazan goalie. I have seen Powerhouse Pauldron's Kazan goalie before, which actually went kind of scary. But
yeah, it's a lot of damage.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Tell me about it. Eject button Kazan goalie. Certainly a thing. On paper, it sounds like it could be a thing, but just knowing the way like Kazan works and all of his weird little quirks, it's certainly a pick.
It's definitely not as good in practice as people might want to theory craft it is.
Yeah,
definitely don't recommend anybody pulling this out in in their ranked games coming up. So. But I mean, hey, I'm not you. That's your LP. So do what you want with it. I certainly will be keeping it forward as I don't know, kind of stalling, waiting for the next match, basically. Yeah. Hurry up and join. Hey, I know you're listening in the stream. Queue up.
Yeah, they're just taking a moment. We're actually going to throw it over to a quick little BRB, though, while we're waiting on them, and we'll be right back in just a couple minutes.
cool.
Hello, we are back, and it looks like we are running into this match right now.
Oh
Of
yeah.
the Log versus Sykeem as we roll into
Ooh.
Imi's app.
Hey, I mean, there's a map for anybody to take it. It's definitely this map, as especially if Rasmus goes through. That's when it starts to be a little bit crazy.
Likely go through, as there aren't any bans in this
Oh,
series.
I forgot.
Yeah, it looks
It's
like
not my rule.
Yeah, it looks like both SoQ, as we saw last time, was playing Rasmus forward, but Sykeem hovering that Rasmus goalie.
No, Sakeen's actually forward.
Oh, Sykeem is actually forward.
Sykeem
It
is
looks like
forward.
they actually switched roles. Badaba playing Luna goalie now.
Sakeen taking it into his own hands to try and win this one on Amy's app. Definitely, this map definitely favors comfort Rasmus pick, right? Definitely, if you got a pretty strong Rasmus, this map is definitely your favorite map, as it's a little bit of a fishing mini game. It kind of turns into, right? So, oh, and actually no Rasmus on the side of the Log, and I believe so. What's the Log pulling out this time, goalie?
I'm actually not sure. Maybe Asher. Let's find out.
Asher,
yeah, looks like
goalie,
Asher
momentum
goalie.
boots.
Wow,
Okay.
yeah. And Pummeler's Juno on
With Deadeye.
once again. That was gonna be. Looks like yes, it was a Deadeye and Reverb start. Everyone taking Deadeye except for Echo and the Log, who took Reverb. And this is shaping up to be a pretty high kill match. We got Deadeye on both Rasmus and Luna and Imi. So it's gonna look like a lot of big damage, potentially high KOs coming out from the side of Strikes for Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, unless the Juno just hard carries this, I don't really think there's much way for them to win. I think just the comp difference, the Amy Rasmus is just way better than the Zentaro Juno, but the Zentaro playing midfield and the Juno playing forward, definitely not ideal here, as Badaba flies in to get that headbutt, winning the strike war, hitting into that top side. The Log was not ready for that. 1-0 already for Strikes for Jesus.
Yeah, Strike for Jesus, that simple role swap already showing off, as Sykeem is able to maintain a lot more core control on offense, notably over 700 games on Imi. I say as the other forward is taken out there, knocked into the pit there. But yeah, we got the self dribble glitch pops, we got the passing plays, so I think we're going to see a lot more goals coming out from Strikes for Jesus here than last time, as now Badaba doesn't have to worry about playing that midfield and just has to keep it out of the goal net.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, doing pretty well so far, you know, keeping that barrier up strong as SoQ gets the barrier of their own. The Log struggling to hold it with a man down, and then just the passing play there from Sykeem into SoQ hits into that top corner. The Log just unable to keep up without any abilities. So well played there for Strikes for Jesus, just keeping the pressure on all game.
Yeah, those Luna nukes hitting pretty hard there, as competitive throwing has just learned that Deadeye is going to be a massive trouble, and it looks like Sykeem, assuming they win this set, Sykeem's actually going to be getting the MVP, with Badaba being next in line. So specialized training were to show up on the board, or extra special, this could make their lives a whole lot worse.
Yeah, definitely. As actually a funny thing is that because they have the core up so much, it's actually really difficult for the Rasmus to find a kill with the hook, because the core is just so far up. There's no one actually to kill, right? So it's like, hey, why not? Let's just play core control with the hook. As Sykeem, as we see there, passing play down once again into the top corner. Seems like that play keeps happening a lot, right? Pass into the top side. Definitely prefer that shot, as it seems the Log struggles to save it. So keep hitting it until it doesn't work, right? As it's a 3-0 already on the side of Strikes for Jesus, putting in some work on this game.
Yeah, it looks like both Missile Prop and Aerials going to be showing up in this draft. Potentially see one of those fall to SoQ, but also Hot Shots would be left for the Juno. So we'll see how that plays out. Perfect Form going to Sykeem with Fire Up on the Log. Missile Prop going to Badaba, going to make those rockets really scary. Catalyst on the Zentaro, always a nice pickup. Hot Shot deny from the Rasmus, and looks like Thifey going to go for that Spark Exodia build potentially. Possibly looking to make it be reverse sweep, play the long game here.
Hey, you got the cool glasses, right?
Yeah.
The cool glasses. They're actually Luna's glasses, for those who didn't know, right? A little bit of Luna glasses on this that Spark animation as we get in here in the first set. I mean, barrier already down, right? The Log definitely has been struggling here from you know, just the onslaught of Sokyu and Saikeen. As we see again, great save. I mean, there's only so much the Log can do, though. They need help from Echo and from Thaifi, trying to just come back and do something. As we see there, Thaifi almost going down, taking all of those Amy shots, and a great flip there from the Log to stop the flip from Saikeen. As the Log comes in on that top side, the Luna Nuke finally putting away Echo, as Thaifi and the Log are the only ones left. Sokyu trying to put it in, but I mean, the Log is just an absolute wall right now. Just looking like a Dubu Log right now. Saikeen self-dribbling with that glitch pop, trying to get up to Sokyu, but they're struggling to put it in this net. Badaba has the core flip available, so might look to fly in and try a play, but Echo, the mythical, takes that barrier back, but gets KO'd in the process and doesn't even need the flip. Badaba coming all the way down with the headbutt, hitting into that bottom corner. Well played as they get it 1-0, finally scoring a point there.
Yeah, now just looking at like the level difference, those KOs are going to be coming in really big for Strikes and Jesus in the long game. Should the Logs team try and take it there, they're going to be hitting those higher levels, gaining that extra stagger, and the Zentaro damage, the Juno damage is just going to not be working when you're playing against these Deadeye Aimi, Deadeye Luna, Rasmus, who are just able to essentially kill you on a whim. So they're going to have to look for these quick goals and not prolong these matches if they have any chance of trying to bring this out. You know, you want quick rounds, but a lot of sets in order to be able to win this.
Yeah, I mean, pretty quick already, right? Like 35 seconds. Definitely not a short, or not a long set there. Not a long point, I should say. Taking the 2-0 already. Core flips helping them there, as Sokyu and Badaba had to invest theirs right away. And already getting the barrier too. I mean, it looks like Sokyu is playing super well on this Rasmus pick, and Badaba coming right back in time to stop that shot, and Sokyu punishing Thaifi with that Rasmus hook, and it goes right into the top corner. That's the second set already, and this game is just speed run right now for Saikeen and co. Strikes for Jesus, baby.
Yeah, Strikes for Jesus definitely putting on a really solid performance here as extra special now appearing in this draft. And with Sokyu first in line, I can imagine that that's going to be falling to Rasmus. See here in a moment. Wasn't hovering it, but yep, there it goes. Next in line, we have the Log waiting it out a bit as Twin Drive actually falls to the Luna. That's going to be a really solid pickup for Strikes for Jesus. And coming off of this draft, it doesn't look like there's a lot that the Logs team can really do. Egoist pickup from Saikeen just apply even more pressure. The Logs team is definitely gonna have to pull something out if they want to be able to come back now.
Yeah, I think it's over. Extra special Rasmus with Deadeye. I mean, extra special probably besides specialized. I mean, the best training for Rasmus on this map, right? Just so many hooks to help get kills, and then Twin Drive on the Luna with Deadeye already. I mean, if they lose this game, something has to horribly go wrong, right? The Log has to have the performance of their life, I think, in order to stop this game from going the other way. But it's not over yet. You know, as much as Doom saying I want to do, it's not over yet. The barrier does go down though, but the Log making a couple incredible saves already from Sokyu, you know, trying to stay in this game as long as possible. Great primary, keeping it up for now, has that core flip ready, so can save at least one more attempt, as Saikeen and Badaba trying to play a little bit of defense around the Juno Slimes. Well done, keeping it close as Sokyu almost puts it in the top net. Great try there with the Rasmus hook. Badaba playing patient, but not patient enough as the Juno Slime hits it right out of their hands into that top corner, almost goes in, but no, Echo actually goes down instead from Saikeen's Amy ult, but no, the glitch pop backwards into their own net. I mean, there's the win con, right? Just score on themselves.
Yeah, unfortunately, Badaba not really prepared for that goalie check there. Yeah, the Logs team holding out really solid that whole time. The Log, some great Asher primaries, great strikes to save it, but now looking like Saikeen's gonna be getting that Egoist proc up pretty soon as the Log is forced to spend a core flip here. And Sokyu gonna be getting their core flip up as well. This is looking to potentially be a pretty solid score here for Strikes of Jesus, should they just make it happen and just get through the Log. As the barrier goes down, and Saikeen gets the Egoist pop, and the core flip will do it. That's gonna be the first point out of the 3 that they need to end this game.
And they need to win this game too, you know, assuming that Cloakoak's team loses, they need this game to make the tiebreaker, all right, for, you know, that first place, as they obviously everybody wants. And one thing that, you know, I think I think Sokyu definitely a little confusing, but I'm curious about is using this hook a lot for trying to, core control a lot of the time instead of looking for these kills, So definitely, would like to think that if they could be getting a lot more kills out of this, but maybe it just feels like they need a little bit more core control. Not really sure as the core flip comes out from Echo, trying to get this barrier, really just saving as much time as possible. I mean, Sokyu and Saikin are just keeping on the enemy side for so long, and the log, I mean, there's only so much you can do when a core flip is in your face, goes into the bottom corner, the log with no abilities, no nothing, no help, just cannot save it.
Yeah, you point out Sokyu using this hook for the puck control. Kind of the opposite of actually what we see on a lot of normal players, newer players with Razbus hook. Sometimes they get this IME zap, and all they want to do is try and go for kills all of the time. But sometimes, like right there, it is better to just go for the core control and try and get the barrier, because it is a tool. You can still use it on the puck, and I think it's actually a good thing that Sokyu at least is aware of that and is trying to use it, even if maybe it's too much. Wow. Babadaba, the instant respawn dash. What a play there.
Yeah, and Sokyu and Saikin just like 2v3 and keeping it out from their side after Badaba just died. I don't even know what he died to. I had no clue. I did not see the KO happen. It was off screen, but didn't matter. I mean, they just kept it forward in enough time for Badaba to respawn. And with how many saves the log actually had, 59 saves in total, even for this quick 10-minute game, really impressive from the log here, just trying to stay in this game as long as possible. But it really just wasn't enough, as they did not have enough support from their teammates, as Sokyu and Badaba and Saikin really just as a unit felt like they almost just dismantled, what's their team name? I forget. What's the log's team name?
Competitive throwing.
Competitive throwing. I mean, it looked like it there. I'm just joking. But I mean, really, it was just well played. I think 4 strikes for Jesus. They definitely felt blessed that game coming into it, right? So well played to them, and we'll have to wait and see. Take a look at the bracket to see if the Mexicutioners could slay their final victim in Cloak to cause this tiebreak.
Yeah. All right, so should the Mexicutioners win against Cloak Oak's team, it will be a tiebreaker between Cloak Oak and Saikin. Should Cloak Oak prevail, though, they will be 4-1 and the only eligible team to win the prize, as once again, Mexicutioners is not allowed to actually win the prize. They are just here as the ego team to beat. So while we are waiting on that game, we're actually throwing it to a quick break. And when we come back, we will know if we're going to be going into a tiebreaker or if Cloak Oak comes out victorious. So we will be right back with that in just a few minutes. Hello, everybody. We're back. Yeah, we're back. Borg had, well, unfortunately, we ran out of money for Borg, and also our Discord overlay broke because I guess they ran out of money for that too. So
Actually, just
I'm here.
kidding. I'm actually Cloudflare, you know.
Yeah, I'm here with Mexi, um, and yeah, he's just Cloudflare now.
I'm just Cloudflare.
So, as you may have heard, we have run into a three-way tie between Scully's team, which is Spellcasters, Strikes for Jesus, which is Sykeen's team, and Okie Dokie, which is Cloak Oak's team. And the fun part about this three-way tie is that they all beat each other. So we have no way to determine the winner until we run another round robin. So we're going to be doing a 3-round round robin here to determine the winner of this match. Obviously, Mexi's team went 5-0, absolutely swept the competition, but they're not eligible to win, so they're not here. That's why I have Mexi with me here now, filling in for the cast. And yeah, we're waiting on the players right now at the moment to get into this. We're going to be doing Sykeen versus Scully up here first. So
Yeah.
Legacy, how's it been out there? How's it been?
They had a lot of fun. I think they really enjoyed themselves. Jeff really was the one that like put in a lot of work. Because he really he once I told him about this tournament, he DM'd me at the very beginning and was like, "Hey, can I play some scrims with like your team and like the people you play with?" And I was just like, "Yeah, sure." And I think because of that, like he grew like so much, like it was exponential. Fight Haver definitely was a little bit on the back burner here because he had some stuff to do IRL, but even then we still did a couple of VOD reviews, and I definitely think he improved a lot as a midfielder. But I don't think it's gonna matter now since I think we're loading up into our first game here, Gates of Obscura.
We're getting Gates of Obscura, first Gates map we've actually seen all night. Strikes for Jesus versus Spellcasters, and looks like we still got the Badaba on goalie like we saw last match. Sykeen opting to not go back onto the role. It seems like the win from last match was enough to convince them to stay on midfield. And we'll see what Scully's team has to pull out here for us as well, as we haven't really seen. We've seen them on Inkies. We've seen that's actually it, I believe. So I really have no idea what their Obscure game is going to look like going into this. But Badaba and Luna goalie is definitely going to be having a little bit of a tough time on this map. They're going to have to look to apply a lot of aggression and hope to not get super stuffed.
I'm going to be real. I really hope Badaba does the Luna thing where they just infinitely go through the portals with the Luna secondary.
That would be a great way to end this, I think.
Honestly, yeah. But yeah, it looks like we got the Rasmus for So, and it looks like Scully is going Dubu goalie here, which is honestly probably the best choice for this map.
Yeah, Dubu goalie, definitely a strong pick on Obscura, and with Dim Sunset on that Asher as well. Going to be a massive stuffing tool. Looks like so cute. Oh, nope, there he is. Looks like they were tabbed out for a little bit. But now looking to push that bottom corner. Sykeen unfortunately losing control of the puck. He's going to leave it up to Badaba to try and clear it back out. Scoliosis with the portal clear kind of holding it down at the moment for the side of Spellcasters.
Yeah, it seems like every time Scully tries to clear this core, just keeps coming back. Either through the portals here, and Sykeen's doing a great job of capitalizing, but unfortunately just can't keep the core on that side. And because of that, Badaba's going to lose a lock here. But it doesn't matter.
One there from Sokyu, stunning Scully, getting that nice rebound. That's what you want to see on Rasmus. It's a little bit harder to set up than some of the other forward plays, such as the brain rot Julie dash punch. You just hit it off the side and shove it in. Rasmus primary requires a little bit more of a setup. You got to get the right distance to be able to hit the goalie and the puck with the sweet spot.
What a Luna rocket there. Yeah, getting that one goal barrier from Scully here. From across the map. Now Serene and Dim Sunset pushing the offense here. Scully running up to assist, but unfortunately going to lose core control. At the flip there, and still manages to save the lock, but unfortunately loses right after.
Yeah, now Dim Sunset on the verge of core flip. Badaba had theirs as well. But Psykeen and Sokyu keeping the puck on the side as Scoliosis passing through the portal, but Psykeen there to receive it on the other end. Scoliosis off to Strain, trying to get it through to Dim Sunset, but can't get it through Badaba yet. A portal pass by Psykeen will get that lock as the glitch pot comes out. Doesn't get anything. Badaba passing up to Sokyu as Strain interrupts. The turret going down off to Dim Sunset. Misses the core flip, though. A bit late there. Now Badaba rushing in. Scoliosis tries to dodge Strike, but is unfortunately a little bit late on that. And that's going to be the second point going over to Strikes for Jesus.
Yeah, that was definitely an impressive goal there. Badaba going in with the Luna secondary and flip. It was a very hard situation for Scully here. Psykeen starting off the kickoff with glitch pop here. It's gonna get them both barriers. Oh my goodness. Pushing the offense here, and it's gonna turn into a goal.
Yeah, Scoliosis a little bit out of position there. Wasn't entirely sure what Badaba and Psykeen were about to pull, but they just kind of let it go. They kind of let the mental game take over, and Badaba is going to be the MVP going into this draft with Deadeye and specialized training. That's going to be pretty big. Looking to pick up the Deadeye here, it seems. Not a lot on the board for Dubu, though. Scoliosis going to have to work with whatever they can. Deny pick, likely.
Yeah, I think the best option for Scully probably is the Spark of Rezil here. If anything, yeah, and that's exactly what he goes with. Asher gets tempo swing here. Yep, there we go. I think overall this was a pretty good draft for everybody in general. Both Amy's got buffs to their secondaries, which is basically for the most part what every Amy wants at this point. I think that Cyber Sniper is just really good in general for co-control and KOing.
Oh, and speaking of which, Strain taking out Badaba with that variability. There's a lot of damage went on to them and Psykeen from Dim Sunset. And now Psykeen having to play that cat goalie until Badaba respawns. Unfortunately, losing the barrier in the process, though. And now the Cyber Swipe's coming out from Strain, trying to control it. Badaba with the flick, though, and Soyu sending it through the portal. Off to Dim Sunset, though. It manages to make its way around. Is going to win the Strikes War against Badaba. What can a little Luna do against Asher up in your face like that?
That was such an impressive glitch pop there from Serene, honestly. Immediately gaining back core control and passing it to Dim Sunset for the goal. Ooh, Simsunset coming back in there strong with the primary to start off the kickoff. Doesn't matter, though. Psykeen and Su and So are going to be pushing the offense here, but lose core control. Good way to clear it there from Scoliosis. What happened there?
Yeah, Strain looks like Strain got taken. I think that was that a Luna Rocket or a glitch pop? I think it may have been a Luna Rocket.
I think it was a Luna Rocket.
I was looking at Soyu with the hook, actually, managing to pull it in, and now getting the second barrier. Soyu looking dangerously low, though, as Dim Sunset has blood in their eyes. Let them live for now, though. As now pushing that top corner. Hook comes out, doesn't get anything as Strain able to glitch pop it through the portal, and now back up to Dim Sunset and Strain trying to push it through, but Badaba was able to clear it back through the portal. Off to Soyu once again as the Aimi turret comes out, and Dim Sunset just ate that turret. Core flip from Scoliosis to clear it. Psykeen with the core flip, but Scoliosis with the roll and return. Badaba looking for the dash, but can't quite find it. And now it's Scoliosis up trying to keep this thing clear. Playing with the portal, sending it to Thrain, but a hook from Soyu. Great save by Scoliosis into the log, keeping it out of there, and once more portal plays. Off to Dim Sunset, but Badaba interrupts with the core flip. Psykeen glitch pops it through the portal, through both portals, and Dim Sunset with the core flip is going to get the goal, waiting in position up in that goal box. Yeah, once this match hits overtime, there's not a lot of strategy. You just gotta force puck.
Yeah, once both of those portals get in there, it really just comes down to who has the better core control here. Speaking of core control, Psykeen here with it. Serene takes it back from him, though. And they're gonna core flip, get the barrier. Scoliosis kind of, I'm not sure what's going on here. I'm experiencing back losses. I just kind of saw him flipping in and out.
That tend to happen. But now it's back in the hands of Strike for Jesus. Psykeen with the cyber swipe is going to be able to strike for that to get the barrier. And the portal pass ends up going over to Psykeen, who's there to capitalize. Badaba dashing in, but can't quite get anything. And now it's Soyu looking for the goal, trying to get it through. And Strain's going to take him out with the cyber swipes, losing the core flip. Very big there. But Psykeen with the cyber swipes into the strike war is going to take the goal anyway. First point in this second set now for Strikes for Jesus.
Yeah, it looks like Strikes for Jesus showing signs of life here. Psykeen really holding it down the midfield, as well as Serene. Honestly, these glitch pops from midfield have been doing a lot for the team. Getting them that first barrier there. Again with the glitch pop here. honestly, just incredible here from Serene. Great midfielding, great core control, and great offense as well.
Yeah, Strain really playing that IME pretty hard, against Psykeen, who has notably a lot of games on IME. But now on the side of Strikes for Jesus, core flips are going to be coming up pretty soon. Psykeen getting his right now, actually. Botaba saving the pass from the portal. Dimson's able to get it. Psykeen with the core flip. I'm Scoliosis blocking it, but Soyu right there to send it right back in on the rebound. All tied up now in the second set. We're going into kickoff. Botaba still has core flip. I'm a Scoliosis about to get it as well. And the glitch pops come out and is now in the hands of Dim Sunset and Strain, who are pushing that top corner. Botaba can't get anything with the core flip yet. And now Soyu and Psykeen taking it out, trying to get it back over. Psykeen through the portal, getting the top barrier as the turret comes out. I'm a Scoliosis burning the core flip. Doesn't get anything off of it though. And now it's Psykeen and Soyu trying to get it through Strain, but Strain and Scully putting up a solid defense, get it back to Dim Sunset, and Dim Sunset taking out Psykeen there. That's pretty big. They're about to get core flip as well. Botaba trying to dash in, trying to end this round as quickly as possible. 2 more seconds until Psykeen respawns. All right, they're in the clear for now, but Dim Sunset does have core flips, burning it here. Psykeen's there to block it. Good positioning. Cyber Strike from Psykeen doesn't get anything. No one's there to capitalize on it, and now just a bit of a portal ping pong we got going on as Strain is trying to keep it in the hands of Dim Sunset, but losing control as we're now about to enter overtime. But that's just going to float right in there. Bottom was dashing. Unfortunately,
that was a sick glitch pop right there. Honestly, like Serene handling the core control really well with these glitch pops, being able to dribble with them, being able to redirect exactly where they want it to go. It's incredible. Scully's team really is pulling through here, and also knowing what to take on draft here with the Timeless Creator from Serene. Psykeen opting for Egoist. Don't know if he has
no Energy Awakenings on the board at all, actually, looks like. Other than, yeah, but Ego is still a good pickup regardless here. Also, it does deny Dim Sunset and Scoliosis from getting that. Less chances to dodge the Luna Rocket or the Luna Nuke is always good. And when there is no best in slots or when you're unsure what to take, Energy Awakenings are kind of
can never go wrong with them.
Yeah, very as you would say, unbalanced at the moment. but yeah, quick offense here from the side of Strikes for Jesus as a lot of midfield play is going on, but a dash in from Botaba is going to secure that second barrier. Now Soyu taking it up. I'm a Scoliosis shutting it down with the soup. Hook comes out, doesn't quite reach the puck, but Botaba is going to get it up to them anyway. And now it is off, and Botaba is couldn't quite get anything off that dash, unfortunately. It was a good attempt, but had it connected with Scoliosis, that might have been more worth it. But both teams utilizing the portals pretty heavily here, as we see right there, past to Dim Sunset to get that barrier. And now they have the core flip standing in the goal box. If Scoliosis can get it back up there. Oh, but Soyu with the little mix-up, Scoliosis wasn't quite able to hit the right angle to get it out of the goal box. It kind of reflected back in on him there.
Yeah, unfortunate. Hit the Soren angle back into his own goal there. But we're starting to knock it up again. Dim Sunset has flip. See what they're going to do with it here. Botaba trying to use the Luna Dash to gain back core control and send it to the offense. But Scully ready to pick it up. Dim Sunset here, pressing the offense with core flip. And Soyu has the hook.
Yeah, also about to get core flip as well. And Strain also about to get core flip as well. Luke's going to come in, though, and burn some of that energy as well as get that bottom barrier. And Soyu looking kind of scary up here with this core flip. Sends it out, but Strain's turret is there to stop it. Shuts that down pretty quickly. But Soyu with the strike core is going to be able to get that. And once again, the mix-up between Soyu and Botaba, I'm a Scoliosis, just didn't have the cooldowns, it looks like, to really be able to roll on top of that and stop it from bouncing around there. Botaba preserving the core flip importantly as well. Dim Sunset actually as well, not burning the core flip. I don't know. Looks like they were, I suppose, trying to save it to secure the point instead of going for possibly one of the barriers. But oh my gosh, Botaba getting taken out pretty early there. No goalie. Psykeen's gonna have to pick it up to try and stall for the next 6 seconds. But as Dim Sunset's trying to press the advantage, so you're doing a great job of keeping it out of their hands. Portal pass there is actually going to get the barrier, and now Strikes for Jesus looking to be in a great spot. Sykeem with the Egoist proc. They have the offense. Portal Pass kind of messing it up, but Strain with the save, but Sykeem with the core flip's going to get it anyway, as the second set's going to go over to Strikes for Jesus.
Yeah, I will say, Scoliosis' defense here is actually pretty good considering he is a midfielder, not a goalie main. But the pressure from Strikes for Jesus is just too much for him, even with the help of Serene. Bottom going in with those Luna Dashes, and Sykeem with the cat gap is really just proving to be too much for Scoliosis.
Yeah,
but let's get back into these drafts here. We got Monumentalist for Dubu here, which is kind of big. The Amy opting for the Twin Drive and Luna for the Reverb, but on the enemy side we have Serene with the Super Surge as well, which is really going to make a big difference when it comes to KOing people. Yeah,
and SoQ notably picking up that Spark of Agility. That's 2 sparks now. We got power and agility on the Rasmus. Certainly, you know, something that you would like as a Rasmus player. Well, I guess I would like as the Rasmus player, but
resident Rasmus player.
A resident Rasmus player, very based in Rasmus build of them to pick up the double spark there, and we're already seeing a lot of that movement coming out. Just kind of running around trying to keep the puck on the side, unable to really get any of this barrier, unable to apply enough pressure through the Dubu, and Strain also putting up a pretty solid defense. And now Dim Sunset and Strain pushing into that bottom barrier, and put a portal pass there from Bottom is actually going to get that bottom barrier back in return. So now both teams are open, and it looks like it becomes a bit of a cat battle as Sykeem's Egoist pops, and the core flip's actually going to take out Strain.
But it doesn't matter. Oh no!
The 1v3, Scoliosis getting to go through the portal. Bottom unable to get there in time. It doesn't matter that half the team is dead. What an ending to that round, as
Serene immediately gets KO'd there.
Immediately KO'd once again. I'm still in shell shock from that ending.
I am in shock and awe.
Oh my gosh. I don't think I've seen something like that, where a goalie scored from across the map as they are killed in a 1v3 situation.
Oh, that's unfortunate for Scully.
Yeah, Core from Vadaga gonna hit that demon angle, and great ghost prop by Strain interrupting the hook. SoQ having to burn the core flip. Dim Sunset's core flip coming up pretty soon here as well. If Strain can get it out of the hands of Sykeem and SoQ as it goes through the portal back to SoQ. Scoliosis, great defense there, blocking out that whiplash, getting out that strike, but the dribble play from SoQ gonna find the bottom of the goal box anyway. Now 1-1.
Yes. SoQ looking really clean on that Rasmus there. Some great offense there. Great usage of the hooks, great usage of the primary in general. As we're going to see here on the offense.
And now Strain with the Imi turret and Dim Sunset with the core flip. Both barriers are going to fall down, and core flip coming out, but SoQ there to block it. Sykeem looking dangerously low, and Dim Sunset might have blood in their eyes right now. Core flip from Strain doesn't get anything. Botaba there to block it. Scoliosis passing it back up, but SoQ trying to intercept as it goes through the portal a few times actually. And Dim Sunset now with the Azure Shield. Botaba can't get it through that.
What a great patience there from Dim Sunset, waiting for Botaba to get close to the goal line and then immediately using the shield to block all clear outlets.
Yeah, instead of going for the mix-up, instead of going for the high end of the goal box there, just opting to take some patience, stuff it out, as now Strain is taken out as Sykeem's Egoist is procced now. This could be a big power play from this if SoQ and Sykeem get into that corner, but great defense from Scoliosis keeping it out and actually getting the barrier through the portal. Oh, double barrier, in fact. Sykeem core flipping, but Strain's Imi turret shutting down anything that they could possibly do with that. Now it's back to the portal bottom, but getting the core flip up, but Strain and Dim Sunset applying a lot of pressure here. This is set point for spellcasters. They just need to end it. It's core flip from Scoliosis, gonna go down, can't quite get anything there, no one there to capitalize, and now Botaba and SoQ trying to strike war it. Scully with the clear though, and now Sykeem trying to send it up. It's in Strain's hands now, dribble play through the portal. It's a bit of a self pass there, core flip from Botaba, doesn't go very far, but a pull from SoQ is going to be able to secure that bottom barrier as we're about to head into overtime. The soup comes out, the shirt comes out, core flip from Strain trying to clear it off to the portal. Botaba passing down through the portals again, And the cyber stripes from Psykeen is going to get it off the rebound as we're all tied up. Match point and game point, actually, for Strikes for Jesus. That was certainly a round.
Yeah, I'm a Scoliosis doing really well on that defense, but again, Strikes for Jesus' offense is just way too much for him to handle, even with the help of Serene here in the midfield. Speaking of which, they're back on the defense here. Scully having to clear into his own lock, unfortunately losing that one. Still keeping the second one though, and getting the portal pass to get. Oh no, Psykeen saved that one. Great defense from Psykeen there.
There from Psykeen, and also Psykeen almost has his core flip back up once again. That Egoist actually coming in big, but the glitch pop's going to be enough anyway. I'm a Scoliosis. Pixels off and being able to get the save. That's going to be the first game going over to Psykeen and Strikes for Jesus. GG's.
GG's indeed. Yeah, Scully's team, Spellcasters, definitely didn't play bad there. But I definitely think Psykeen's team was a little bit more coordinated on the defense and the offense, and I think that really made a big difference between these two teams here. But good stuff to Scully, good stuff to Dim Sum Set, and good stuff to Serene. I think the midfield there was really what made the difference there. I think Serene played out of their mind, and especially with the ability usage, those glitch pops, those cyber swipes, all really made a difference.
Yeah, for sure. And Psykeen with the 179 redirects, redirect gapping the lobby. So I'm Scoliosis though with the 89 saves, definitely putting up a really solid defense on Obscura, notably a very hard map to defend. But also Badaba on Luna goalie on that map, pretty difficult. Pretty difficult.
Coming in with 3 kills.
Yeah, 3 kills as well, 22k damage, 110 redirects, and 40 saves. Still a pretty solid stat line on that front. So that's the first game. Psykeen pulling out the win here, and I'm Scoliosis taking an L. We'll be going into our next game shortly, which is,
I believe it's Strikes for Jesus versus Okie Dokie. That's the team name?
Jesus versus Cloak Oak versus Psykeen's team, essentially. Looks like. So yeah, we'll be going into that here shortly, probably whenever the players are ready. But yeah, performance all around. I think this whole series, we've mostly been seeing success from the teams who have their captain playing goalie, with Psykeen's team being the only real notable exception, where the moment they kind of switched from Psykeen goalie to Psykeen midfield, they started seeing a lot more success as they're able to retain the core longer. They're able to actually do something on the offense, whereas before they were just having to try and scramble for defense. Now they're less concerned with the defense and just trying to apply as much pressure really as notably possible. So going into this next game here, Cloak Oak, also a team where Cloak is not the goalie. Frying Pan Man is the goalie.
But so, you can't sleep on Frying Pan Man, honestly.
No, we cannot sleep on Frying Pan Man.
The Frying Pan Man is definitely debatably one of the best goalies here, besides like the actual captain goalies. The definitely has played a lot of scrims with us, a bunch of diamond and challenger level players, so he definitely has some experience. So I think Cloak made a good pick with him in general, and yeah, especially when I played them, they definitely had a game plan going into their games, and I think that's really going to make a big difference going into this next game. Yeah,
for sure. Frying Pan Man putting on a great performance earlier in the tournament against Scully's team as well. Lost that one, unfortunately, but still putting on a really great showing. Some pretty aggressive Kai play there. It was on Inky Splash Zone. And really the biggest weakness I think we see from Cloak's team is Anime Gamer being restricted to those Joy-Cons, restricted to those strike indicators has been a deficit, but we have seen we have seen some good goals off of that, some good position. And if the team name is anything to go by, Okie Dokie, the Zentaro Oki is something that we can definitely expect out of him. So I think we'll still have a pretty close match, though. it's really going to be up to Frying Pan Man to try and hold under the relentless pressure of Psykeen plus Badaba's Luna goalie, and of course Sokyu on the Rasmus. That's really going to come down to, can Frying Pan Man keep the puck as far away from him as possible, being a Kai goalie, and 2, when the puck inevitably does come back, can he clear it out from the pressure? Because Badaba is equally going to be trying to keep the puck as far away from themselves as possible on the Luna goalie. So it's really going to be a mental battle of who can handle the pressure.
Yeah, Luna goalie, not very well known for her close-up pressure, her close-up defense, more of a range goalie. And unfortunately, once that core gets right in front of her, she really can't do much about it. So yeah, both of these goalies really want to play keep away as much as possible and just avoid the core going into their side of the field, which is a lot easier said than done. So in my opinion, it really comes down to the team's offense, who is able to capitalize off of the clears, capitalize off of the passes, and overall get that goal.
Yeah, we could be seeing some big ego blue lock plays coming in here. I think both teams just really looking to up that offensive game, and I think map pick is definitely going to be a big influencer here. Should we see another Inky's game? Should we see another possibly obscure game? It could be looking to be a pretty fast one, especially if it's Inky's. We could even be looking at the team that wins kickoff wins the round, wins the goal. So kickoff play could potentially be very big here as well. As having that momentum on a map like Inky's, when you have Luna goalie, when you have Kai goalie, just becomes huge, and losing that momentum becomes equally as detrimental.
Yeah, I mean, map like Inky's, like you said, kickoff is king, because whoever gets that kickoff is inevitably more likely to get the barrier, especially considering it's only one goal barrier, and it's, in my opinion, relatively hard to defend. And then as soon as you get it, you get the access to that water cannon, which heavily shifts the momentum in favor of the team that already has the lock broken.
Yeah, definitely a very momentum heavy match, and looks like we're gonna be, oh, never mind, I thought we were gonna be loading in, but apparently not. Apparently we were lied to, so we might have just another minute or two or waiting for these players to go.
No worries.
Yeah, but you have fought both of these teams. You fought every team because you were playing. But between Cloak Oak's team and Psykeen's team, both claim to have taken a 3-9 record, which is pretty bad. But a 3-9 record against your Uber mocked, stacked, eliminated from winning the whole thing team. Which team do you think is putting on a better performance and could potentially be taking this one?
I will say it's a little weird, just because when I played Psykeen's team, Psykeen was playing goalie, where for the majority of matches that I've seen Specs for Jesus play, it's been Badaba playing goalie, which is a big difference here. So honestly, I can't say for sure. I think Cloak Oak's team has a relatively good game plan going into their matches, where, Cloak Oak plays the midfield, and Anime Gamer essentially Oki's the goalie, which I will say did give me a little bit of trouble. But it was on Night Market, which is indeed the map that we're playing on right now. We got Psykeen, Badaba, and Sokyu here. Psykeen probably going to be playing the Amy, Badaba on the Luna goalie as usual, and Sokyu killing it with the Rasmus as well. I don't think we're going to be seeing any changes. Frying Pan Man probably going to be playing the Kai goalie, if not the Dubu. I know he has a Dubu secondary, and Cloak honestly has a
variety of things, really.
Variety of forwards he can play, honestly.
It's really going to depend on what he wants Anime Gamer to play, and we see an X pick here.
That one is definitely Anime Gamer.
That's definitely gonna be Anime Gamer. So I wonder if we'll see Arrow. Oh no, Cloak Zentaro, classic Cloak Zentaro. Yeah, looks like he wanted to play Zentaro, who Anime Gamer was previously playing in the old comp. But seeing as it is Night Market, X does go pretty hard on this map, and a specialized training Spark of Stagger start. Everyone taking specialized except for Cloak and Psykeen, who took that Spark. Eject button on both goalies. Momentum boots on all around except for Anime Gamer, who took Siphoning Wand. And going into kickoff, that's a quick first goal here, actually from both teams.
Yeah,
Now,
both teams getting that lock real quick.
Yeah. And now SoQ looking to play that top corner, cut off that clear angle, as Cloak's able to get it through Psykeen at the moment. And Anime Gamer just blowing every cooldown onto Badaba, but it seems to be working as he's able to get that second barrier. SoQ getting a second barrier in response. Passing it down, Psykeen not there to capitalize, unfortunately. But the pendulum swing, Frying Pan Man couldn't get it back down to Cloak in time. That's gonna be the first point going over to Strikes for Jesus.
Yes, yeah, Frying Pan Man hitting that Soaring angle, unfortunately, and paying dearly for it here. But looks like we got the kickoff again. Anime Gamer going off on the aggressive side here, ignoring the core and just going straight for the goalie here. Badaba already down to half stagger here, but Frying Pan Man ends up losing the goal lock regardless here. Is going to lose the second one as well, and
actually
that's going to be
one. Wow.
Yeah, that's going to be a quick point for strikes for Jesus here. Looks like Anime Gamer is really trying to press the offense on Badaba here, but unfortunately it doesn't really seem to be working, especially since the Zentaro midfielder really doesn't seem to be able to get the job done.
Yeah, Zentaro midfielder, while not inherently like the worst thing ever, when you're dealing with Night Market, when you're dealing with Aimee and Luna and Rasmus, especially Rasmus and Luna, or Aimee, very interrupty characters. Great in the midfield, great for shutting down those plays really quick. And as Zentaro, as X, you're really relying on the pass actually going through, but Strikes for Jesus, just with their comp alone, is just not going to allow that.
Not at all. Yeah, now we're going into the draft phase here. Got a lot of good picks here. Get the extra special for the Rasmus. Honestly, one of his best awakenings here. Constantly being able to get that hook is just super big. Followed by Frying Pan Man with the chrono boost, wants that extra dash speed. Psykeen going for the quick strikes as well. Probably opting into an energy build, I would assume. What were the starting awakenings anyways?
Specialized training and Spark of Stagger.
Gotcha.
Yep, so yeah, Frying Pan Man getting that chrono boost, definitely a big pickup there for the eject button Kais. We're seeing right now running all the way up, but the barrage not able to get through the Aimee turrets. Anime Gamer is now just punching Badaba in the face, but the core is not able to get back up to him, as SoQ and Psykeen just keeping it in Frying Pan Man's goal box this whole time. And Badaba back to full health as another barrier falls for Okie Dokie.
Yeah, Frying Pan Man just constantly trying to clear to that down corner. Isn't working for him, unfortunately. And Cloak back on their side of the field trying to help him, but unfortunately not going to work. Psykeen just going to core flip and get into the bottom corner here. And this is looking like a very dominant game for Strikes for Jesus.
Yeah, overall, Frying Pan Man really struggling to get it through the Rasmus and the Aimee. You know, like we were discussing before, Zentaro midfielder having a very difficult time interrupting those plays from Strikes for Jesus, having a very hard time getting it actually up to Anime Gamer, who is just waiting in the goal box for the pass. But as we see right there, Psykeen just shuts it down every time it's about to happen, keeping it in the hands of SoQ, and they just wait for Frying Pan Man to miss up and grab the barrier.
Yeah, Frying Pan Man here, clearing it consistently back into the enemy, and it's really costing him here. Gonna flip there just to get the clear, but it's gonna come back and stay on their side of the field. Unfortunately, missed the angle on that flip clear, and he's paying dearly for it right now.
Yeah,
although it looks like SoQ
dangerously low.
Yeah, dangerously low, but it's not gonna matter.
That's the old Rizzle Dizzle right there. And now Strikes for Jesus gonna have all their core flips going into this final point here on this set. This should be a quick one to close it out. Let's see how they play. Cyber Swipes on kickoff with the Aimee turret coming out quick. Can't quite get anything off of it though, and unfortunately plays Glitch Pop. They're gonna be losing their first barrier off of that, but it's no problem. They're gonna send it back up to SoQ, who now has core flip. But Cloco trying to do everything that he can to just keep it out of there, but now it's in Sokyu's hands. Whiplash coming out, getting that that first barrier on the bottom as Okie Dokie is trying to get it back up. Hook from Sokyu though. They're going to get the pass back up. Frying Pan Man keeps trying to clear it though, and they actually managed to get it around. Anime Gamer with the core flip is going to open up Strikes for Jesus for the first time this match. Core flip from Sokyu though is going to open up Okie Dokie in return, and the whiplash coming out. Frying Pan Man with the barrage though, keeping it clear. Sakeen passes up. Frying Pan Man can't get up and could not eject button in time. The hook from Sokyu gives him the mix up, and that's going to be the set. 3-0 now.
Yeah, I think
that'll do it.
I think the eject button was a good call there, but unfortunately just slightly misplaced.
Yeah, slightly a little bit too late there. It was a good initial placement, but just couldn't, had to activate it a little bit sooner in order to actually get back in time. And the aerials pickup though, pretty solid, though the twin drive on Psychean is definitely going to be notable. The perfect form deny falling over to Sokyu, so Loco does not get that. Castellas going to Anime Gamer though, that's gonna be pretty big, assuming that they're able to actually get the puck up to him. But right now, looking at the level difference, only level 2, and looking like Sakeen and Sokyu on level 5. They have just been controlling this puck in Okie Dokie's goal box this whole time, and that's gonna be a quick double barriers for the side of Strikes for Jesus. And the hook's gonna come in, and Frying Pan Man unable to get there in time. Sokyu playing that Rasmus.
Strikes for Jesus is indeed the name of this team, because they are really just striking for Jesus right now. Oh my goodness, Sokyu with the impressive hooks, and just all around just a great core control from the enemy team here.
Oh wow,
getting that double dink again. Wow, Frying Pan Man struggling to get the trying to keep the defense up, but it looks like
took out Psychean though, so it looks like Okie Dokie could have a chance here, but Sokyu with the pull again, finds the top of the goal box. Great redirect there, ends the round, shuts down any hope that Okie Dokie had of capitalizing on that KO.
Yeah, again, that's the extra special coming into play here with Sokyu coming in with those clutch hooks. And just off the bat here on kickoff, immediately getting point control from the Luna Rocket, the glitch pop, the pendulum swing, and Anime Gamer here looking close to death. Cloco doing a desperate flip to try to get the ball into offense here. Frying Pan Man moving up to the midfield to try to assist, and that hook coming again from Sokyu, gonna come into play, get the barrier, and even though he's close to death, he's still pushing the offense. Impressive, honestly.
Yeah, trying to capitalize on Anime Gamer being down right now. Fortunately, the hook does not go through, but the core flip from Sakeen. Frying Pan Man with the save on the goal line with the core flip though. Close range over from Cloco, but Botaba with the core flip save once again. Nukes are coming out. Frying Pan Man able to clear it, but Sokyu with the hook. But Frying Pan Man with the barrage, keeping it out of the goal for now. But Psychean and Sokyu pushing hard. Frying Pan Man still able to clear it though, trying to get it up to Anime Gamer. Just can't retain control. Psychean just applying so much midfield presence, to this, just not letting the puck cross that midfield line at all. But Frying Pan Man making these saves on the goal line and now pushing up as that top barrier falls. This is the chance for Okie Dokie to get something as it goes up to Anime Gamer, who just can't quite find the angle. And Frying Pan Man with a misplaced barrage. Unfortunately, Sokyu is going to get that goal and end the game. That's going to be Strikes for Jesus now going 2-0 in this bracket.
Yeah, that's going to be our official champions, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So congratulations to Strikes for Jesus for taking it all. Honestly, playing really good offense, really good core control in general. Would have liked to see some more kills here, although I am a personal favorite of the KO comps and the brawler meta. But yeah, no, I definitely think Okie Dokie played out of their minds, especially Frying Pan Man with the saves and the clears, being able to keep up with the offense, and yeah, all around, I think both teams played really well.
Yeah, so that's gonna be it. Strikes for Jesus taking the first Seraphim X Games. So yeah, they're gonna be getting that prize. Which remind me again what exactly that prize is. I know there's 2 parts to it.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I believe it's a $20 Steam gift card and
And yeah, it is a 20. Okay, so for the recruited players, they each receive a $20 Steam gift card. So that's gonna be Badaba and SoQ getting that. And then for the team captains, is a $15 commission actually from me of their choice. So Saikeen's gonna get I don't know, whatever, like a little logo or emote or whatever the heck he wants.
Little cat.
Little cat something.
Put that :3 back in him.
Yeah, put that :3 back in him. But we're actually going to be getting them in here for an interview in a minute, whenever they're ready. So yeah, until then, just kind of chilling. It's like Keen actually pulling out almost 9,000 damage capping everyone actually except for Cloak Oak. 9.8k damage on him. Anime Gamer unfortunately unable to dish out the type of Oki that they were hoping for against this comp. SoQ and Keen just really dominant in that whole midfield presence, and it seems like switching off of the goalie role really helped out Saikeen's team a lot.
100%. Yeah, I think Saikeen, being more of a midfield player, has been practicing his goalie, but I think he definitely dominates in the midfield, and it definitely shows, especially in these last two matches where he was able to keep court control throughout the entire time, maintain the passes, make sure that the rock was procured.
Yeah, and looks like we're going to be going into that interview right now in just a moment. So hello, everyone.
Hey, how's it feel to be the champions?
Oh, it feels so good. This game is awesome, yo.
Well, that's great to hear. So yeah, we just wanted to hear your perspective on this. So yeah, so first off, how did that win feel? You know, you had the 3-way tie that you had to battle through, had to go through 2 matches in a row, one of those teams you previously lost to. So how did that comeback feel to take it all?
Boys, how did it feel?
Yeah, we were kind of worried about our strategies going in. Jacob or Saikeen was playing goalie for one of them, and I was playing forward, and I was a fish out of water. I'm a Luna goalie through and through. It's all I know. So, but going into those games, once we got the win, it felt so good.
Yeah, it definitely looked like y'all performed a lot better once that switch was made. So I guess a question for the 2 recruits here. Was this the first esports tournament you've ever played in, or have you done anything in the past competitively?
For me, it was, yeah. And I rarely even play competitive in games. My rank in Omega Strikers is bronze. So.
All right. So how do you guys enjoy this? You know, being in this competitive environment, being in this tournament environment for kind of the first time.
I enjoyed it a lot. I think it's a really good concept.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, was it essentially what you were expecting? Was anything crazy happen that you weren't like, whoa, what the heck?
Yeah, I really like the casual concept of letting casual players have a chance on doing their best.
Oh, that's awesome. So what about your performance? Did you feel like working with Saikeen, having a higher ranked player kind of coach you and move you along, was that helpful?
Real quick before they answer, I just want to say, no matter what, both of these 2 are the goats. JC Badaba, the Luna goalie goat to ever do it. SoQ, the hidden Rasmus Chim, the best player I've ever played with. But go ahead, boys. Tell them how it was.
Once Saikeen taught us what the core flip button was, the game kind of changed forever. that was a huge breakthrough for our team, and I think we performed a lot better. Yeah.
I did tell him how to press the button.
Yeah, you guys definitely put on an amazing performance here. I do want to ask, how was the learning experience like? Did you guys feel like it was hard? Were there certain concepts that were hard to grasp? Anything like that?
It took us a while trying to get set up to actually practice. I think we did like 4 games in total, and they were all on that. What's the map with the big water hose? It's like
Inky's Splash Zone.
Yeah, for some reason,
Splash Zone.
Every time we practiced, we just kept getting that map over and over, which is really funny. But it didn't. We didn't get it once during the entire
We
tournament.
were really sad because we're the Inky's goats.
That is right.
Splash time.
We like to hit the funny button.
The button is very funny. We didn't get to press it this tournament, so that was kind of throwing me off. I didn't know where to go. But yeah, practice overall went pretty well. And Yeah, today we were trying to practice, and Saikin took like 2 hours to show up. So
Um,
Damn, exposing the coach. That's crazy.
it was pretty cool because he does message, "Hey, you guys want to practice tomorrow?" And we're like, "Yeah, we're down." And we get online, we open up the Discord call, and Saikin's nowhere to be found.
Hey,
So,
shout out to Master X Malachi, the best TO to ever do it.
it was very
Um,
good.
Well, I'm
Do you
glad
guys think?
Oh, sorry.
I do want to ask one more question here. Do you guys think you would want to continue playing this game in the future?
I would love to.
Yeah, this was one of the first games that kind of ignited like some kind of competitive spirit in me. I think it'd be a lot of fun to try as an actual thing to try and at least rank up and climb. But this was an awesome opportunity to get like right into it as someone who didn't know what they were doing.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
great.
I was
That's great to
actually
hear.
I was actually about to ask the exact same question, but I do have one more question for you guys. So yeah, Soki, we saw you on that Rasmus the whole time, and Badaba on that Luna goalie. So I gotta ask, there were no bans in this this tournament, but in other tournaments and in ranked, of course, there are. So if you couldn't play the character that you play right now, who would be your second? And if there isn't a character that you like, what would you like to see?
It's a good question.
My choice is just Finny. I was actually originally planning to play Finny during this tournament, but I figured out I didn't have enough deciding power as a tricky character. I just didn't know how to play it like that this tournament, so I just stuck with Rasmus, which I have more playtime on.
Going from Luna goalie to anything else is will just feel very foreign to me. But Rasmus seems pretty cool. He feels pretty technical. I tried him like once, and it was when he first came out. So yeah, probably him. Yeah.
That's awesome. I am notably the Rasmus guy.
He's our Rasmus guy.
I'm the
he's
guy in
Rasmus
the house.
build.
I do be based in Rasmus build like that, but yeah, Luna Goalie is definitely an entirely different game than Omega Strikers, and
I love it.
Yeah, I mean, you're just part of the cult, but
He's got the Luna gene.
He's got the Luna gene in him. I do recommend learning another goalie, though. I promise it will ultimately help with your Luna goalie as well, because you just learn those fundamentals. But it's awesome that you guys had fun. It's awesome that hopefully you'll be willing to do something again in the future. And so, yeah, we'll be giving out your prizes pretty soon. Whenever they're ready. But yeah, thanks for coming in. Thanks for playing.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having this little interview.
Yeah,
sure.
Appreciate
it, guys.
You. This was great. I just want to say I'm so proud of my boys. I'm so proud of them.
Oh,
man, these are two of my best friends in the world, and I'm glad that I had them with me. So I'm glad they're with me. Thank you, guys.
That's awesome.
Yeah, 100%.
All right. All right. So yeah, awesome. We get to talk to them. So this is going to bring the Seraphim X games to a close. I certainly hope everyone enjoyed it.
I know I definitely did.
Yeah, I definitely had fun. This was certainly something fun to watch. But yeah, I just shout outs to everyone. First off, all the teams for participating, for showing up, all the team captains, thanks for training up and working with your teams, and all the participants being willing to play and participating, and going through this long tournament. I know we had to have the 3-way tiebreaker, but thanks for sitting through it. Thanks. I hope it was still enjoyable.
Hey, nobody ever gets mad at more games,
Yeah. Yeah, shout outs to Borg, though, for coming in on the cast. Always appreciate to have you here, even if you couldn't stay for the whole thing. Thanks to Mexi for coming in and filling in as well on that. Shout outs to our awesome TO and producer, Max LC, for basically running the show and the bracket. This whole thing wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't for him.
Yeah, huge shout out to the button pusher. We love Max. We love everything he does in production.
OG. when it comes to production. Thanks to Malachi for organizing the event and getting all the teams together and stuff. Thanks for making this possible. It also sponsoring the prize pool as well. So thanks to Malachi for that. The intro video and the player cards, those were done by me. If you want to check them out, the video as well as the cards without transitions and just the animations by themselves are all up on my YouTube channel. At least they should be right now. So if you want to get a closer look at that, I think, yeah, Max dropped the link in the description. You can, go check those out if you're interested in that. I think that is all. We're going to be rating Love and Drunk stream here in a minute. So if you want to catch that, stick around. But once again, thanks to everyone for participating, everyone for watching. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Flame hidden in my heart. Didn't know how to grow from a single fire spark. But let it go when the road was dark. Couldn't wait, then I had it time to move and make my mark. I gave my pride, left all my